Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Torian Meacham, and welcome back to Cognac Stories. Yo, oh my
Hey,
God.
Is the
I
music
know.
in your ear?
Huh?
The music in your ear?
No, I'm not even playing it. I'm not even playing it. I'm not even playing it.
Oh.
You know what happened? I just thought of a funny ass story, but it happened yesterday at training. We are doing a fucking Black History Month presentation. That's the
Oh.
shit I sent you.
Yeah,
That's the shit I
yeah.
sent y'all,
That's
bro.
crazy,
That's the
right?
shit I sent y'all. No, because
So
why they try to be all fucking extra, bro, all lean on me, and they had one of the staff members, bro, go up there and sing
the
goddamn
regular ass national anthem?
the regular national anthem, not even lift every voice and
She wants
sing,
to
because
sing.
the
Yeah,
Black
yeah,
History
yeah.
Month shit, right? They had her sing the national anthem, and on the part where it goes, "And the rock is red glare,"
Red
she
glare.
froze and she stood there for 30 seconds and then just started laughing. And somebody yelled the words out.
No way.
Oh my God.
And this is like, this is a because
A
you
Zoom?
can see everybody. So it's like 100 people in the Microsoft Teams meeting and about
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
50 to 100 in the
In the act.
auditorium.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
motherfuckers was there. But yo,
She
that shit was
froze.
hilarious.
That's crazy. That's like,
She froze,
and
yeah. And it wasn't even that good. It wasn't even that good. It wasn't even
oh
that good.
shit.
And it sounded worse on Microsoft Teams. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. You know what it was? Here's what it was. Black people thought they were going to get some black person from the fucking congregation to go up there and sing the national
They hit
anthem,
him with the
which they never do for any other diversity. They don't do that shit for Women's History Month. They don't
yeah.
do it for Asian Pacific Islander Month. They don't do it for Native American. Yo, why the fuck? If we're black, we're black, right? The national anthem is racist as fuck. And we have our own national anthem. Why the fuck would you go up there singing the goddamn Star Spangled Banner when a whole extra verse is about fucking up the slaves who decide to fight for their freedom? And you got good
He
old
wanted that shine.
lift every voice
Yeah, yeah.
and
Yo, we
sing.
used to sing that shit in school.
James Weldon Johnson wrote an amazing song. You know what I'm
So
saying?
she
Yeah.
went up there. She went up there and the socks had red
She Fergied
hair.
it. She Fergied it up, bro. She
That's
Fergied it up,
crazy.
man. She Fergied it up. But no, and when I went to go play the song, I started thinking about that, and I was like, yo, that shit was hilarious. And I wanted to
That's
share with the pod.
classic.
So listen, if you're going to sing the national anthem, please know the lyrics.
Words.
And
Yeah.
to start off today's pod, I'm in a great mood. We're taking it back to my youth. Song number 2, Blur. And the music is only in my headphones, so don't worry. But now it's with you guys.
Yeah, yeah.
We hear it.
Now it's with you guys.
I got my head shaved by a jumbo jet. It wasn't easy, but nothing is. No. When I feel heavy metal, and I feel that I need when I lie and I'm easy all of the time, but I'm never sure why I need you. Please have me
Yeah, man. I had to bring us in with a little energy, man. I had to bring us in with a little energy, man. How's everybody feeling, man? How's everybody feeling, man?
Amazing.
Amazing. I'm joined today by the fucking Three Musketeers, man. I got Sadira Meacham in the building, man. I got Calvin Meacham in the building. C-Meach, aka he's about to retire in less than 2 months.
No, I got 6. I got a solid 1 March, 6 months.
No. Like when is your last day at work?
1 September.
You gotta go to work in September.
I mean April, but that don't count because I'm still on the.
When do you go on terminal?
Like mid-April.
Okay, then you off.
You done. You're done.
Right.
You
Yeah,
signed
yeah.
a DD 214.
You not
you done,
working?
bro. You're not recallable.
Well, what about? I mean, you don't. You yeah. Well, I
No,
don't
you don't
know.
get a drug.
Y'all
No,
both.
at that
No,
point,
you are
smoke
done.
the ganja.
Done.
Bro, as soon as you sign that DD 214,
Yeah.
bro, before you sign it, they take you out the drug pool.
Okay, respect.
Yo, my nigga, ah,
We'll talk offline.
yo. Yo, and we have the financial guru, Alene Williams in the building. She has been super busy finding these tax loopholes for broke boys like me. How you been? How you been today?
Booked and busy. Amazing.
Booked and busy. Catch flights, not feelings.
Yeah, I have to. I definitely
or
have to.
catch filings, not feelings.
I definitely have to shout out all my clients because I tell you, they're amazing and patient, and I appreciate each and every one of them. I am up to, I got, look, 87.
87 clients.
87 clients. Yes.
Respect.
Can I ask a serious question?
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
Bone a sugar baby?
What?
Are you tricking on Bone? Yo?
Why? Why would you say that?
She out here fucking venture capitalism and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, come on, man. I've been in your house, man. I know what's going on over there. Bone's a sugar baby.
He's a sugar baby.
Bone's a sugar baby. Bone's a fucking trophy husband. This
Listen.
motherfucker, he's Jefferson Darcy. I figured it out, man.
Oh,
Salute to
shit.
Bone. I love you, brother. This mother, he gets paid. He goes to work, spends his money on like clothes and sneakers and shit,
Yeah.
right? The rest of the money goes to her. She does the real work, right? Make sure everything is good and everything like that. I'm giving her way more credit than Bone, right? And then and she
Yes.
saves the day and makes sure they can have this amazing lifestyle in this big ass backyard. Backyard got a backyard, annoying the fuck out the neighbors, right? Because they got a DJ and shit. And they want to invite to the party. All this great shit, right? And Bone is just like, yo, I'm just going to Griselda concerts, hanging with my boys, going back to the hood, eating pizza and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, shoot.
Hanging out with Al Bud is Jefferson Darcy, dog.
Jefferson Darcy.
Let Bone tell it. He works harder than I do.
No, Bone work hard as fuck, harassing his goddamn coworkers. He's lucky I'm not HR at his job. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like Toby and that motherfucker, dog.
Yes, I'm telling you, it's definitely been an amazing ride. You know, being with him for 15 years, I've definitely learned a lot about myself and a lot about patience because I am not a patient person. I'm a hothead.
Can I tell you who's a very patient person and who's also a hothead and who I'm the #1 fan of now? Michael B. Jordan. And if you guys know me, let me look into the camera. All right, Michael B. Jordan, you have my sincerest apologies. All right, I disrespected you as a man. All right, and it's from the bottom of my heart. I'm about to get emotional, man. You from Newark, and I forgot that. In this week,
shit.
you fucking reminded everybody. All right, Michael B. Jordan is not corny.
I saw your post.
Michael B. Jordan is not corny. All right,
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan is not corny.
That.
Let me tell you who Michael B. Jordan is.
Back, right?
Michael B. Jordan is a motherfucker that minded his goddamn business, stuck his nose to the fucking grindstone, while everybody else hated on him and made fun of him and called him the corny kid and the weird kid and the kid that was getting the good grades and trying to do the fucking thing, right? And then when he became the big time fucking movie star, sexiest man alive, he's on the red carpet with one of his former classmates who used to make fun of him, L'Oreal. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about the irony.
Oh, not L'Oreal.
And she was his classmate in Newark, right? And there was 2 incidents. One, which he fucking knows because he was in class with her when they used to just run this motherfucker all the time, right? Making fun of him having his headshots and shit like that, right? And the other incident was on a podcast where she said, hey, you know what? He wasn't corny, but she did admit to making fun of him, but she defended him being like a good guy and shit and say, yeah, like, you know, we were wrong. However, he didn't hear that and it doesn't matter because on the red carpet, she's asking him about his new movie, Creed 3. And he said, hey, yeah, I'm the corny guy in the back, huh?
Oh,
You thought I
bitch, I
didn't
remember.
remember. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
First thing he said on the red carpet, and I'm telling you right now, that's exactly how you handle that shit because this motherfucker was bullied. You know what I'm saying? She admitted to bullying him, and now you're the
No, she
sexiest man
didn't.
alive, and you get the opportunity to address your bully, and you do it in the most respectful way, right? You don't call
But
anybody out of your name.
my thing is, Torian, I was annoyed with her because she denied it at first. And a simple apology would have sufficed. Like, oh, I apologize. You know, who knew you was going to be this guy
Yeah,
today?
well, I mean,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, turn it
Mhm.
into, you know, something positive. But dang, oh, no, I didn't. No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, because she forgot
Seriously.
about the old shit, and then she forgot that she was in class. Like, you gonna forget? Come on now. I remember every good joke ever said about me, because I can't wait to get you motherfuckers back. You know what I'm saying?
Where
I can't wait to get y'all back.
was that the high school reunion?
Anybody
Why do you
that was
think?
bullied
Why
will
do you
not
think I'm on
forget
social
being
media?
bullied.
Just to get back at you, so you can look at me and hate yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm on social media. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. However, Michael B. Jordan, I've said all type of wild shit about you for dating Lori Harvey, and apparently you must have heard me. All right, because this is the type of shit that I expect from you as a 35-year-old man. All right, you check people, but you do it respectfully, and you let them know you ain't forget. And that just shows you have to remember the people that you fuck with and you pass and you shit on them on the way up gonna be the same ones on the way down, and vice versa. And corny ass Michael B. Jordan in the back of the fucking class carrying his motherfucking headshot, sexiest man alive, Black Panther 2, fucking Creed, goddamn, all type of shit.
Who knew? And he got a fucking list.
World's best
accolades.
boyfriend, you know, all type of shit, right? And that's the thing, man. So you know, because you were talking about history, and I'm like, hey, let me tell you about history, man. So I don't know if you guys have seen the clip, but just your thoughts on addressing that situation. You got people, Joe Budden, shut up. Joe Budden screaming that Michael B. Jordan is corny. Joe Budden beefed with Vivica Fox last year, calling her all types of B words. You know what I'm saying? For less, this is a childhood bully. And he said, oh, I'm the corny kid in the back. You thought I forgot. You know what I'm saying? Not calling her out her name, not anything, not saying anything negative about her, not talking about her career like you've done. Just said, I didn't forget. I'm the corny kid. And he wants to call him corny. Well, listen, man, you're corny. The end. Or fight him. Fight him. How about that? Y'all both from Jersey. Fight that nigga.
No,
corny,
fight him.
Fight him. Fight him.
Not when you got too
Fight
much
him.
to lose.
You know, no, like in a ring on some real shit. Celebrity boxing.
Not
Just saw Jake Paul
What?
fight Tommy Fury. I would damn sure pay money to see Joe Budden fight Michael B. Jordan over calling a motherfucker corny. You know what I'm saying? But your guys' thoughts on Michael B. Jordan and handling his school bully.
Me personally, that's a class act. If ever given the opportunity, and that must have that had to stick with him too, because you at the height of you at your peak, and some shit they say let go, but some shit just sticks with you. And you say, no, I'm gonna address this shit, but I'm gonna do it the right way. I'm gonna do it so you know I remember. Yeah, respect. That's class right there. I give it to him.
Sadira.
Anybody give you shit about the sunbeams?
Now, here's the real question. Do you guys, let me ask the real question. Do you guys have anybody that you want to get back at?
No.
I do.
We know. Who is it?
Hold on, my phone just That's not that's
that might be them. That might be them. Nah.
no.
Do I have any
No.
at this point? Nah, and I took a lot of shit too. I took a lot of shit. It might be one or two that I'd like to get back at on some.
And not like I want to do something bad to you, but no, like I want you to see me right now. I want you to see me right now. I
have a
want you to
lot.
see me now.
Nah, there ain't nobody that. Nah,
I
like
do.
it. Yeah.
I do. Ooh, I do.
Ooh, like I just need you to see me.
Yep.
And all my shine after all that shit you talked and all the
Right.
Right. I got a
Right.
list. I'm like
Yeah.
Ryan from The Office, bro. I got a list. Checking
So
it
do
twice.
I got a whole list. I'm telling you, because I've had people tell me to my face that I wasn't going to be nothing, and I was going to end up this way or that way. It's funny because yesterday was Mark, Derek and I's 6-year anniversary on our house purchase.
Oh yeah, that's right. Happy anniversary on that.
Thank you. And we'll have the house paid off in another 6 years. So the progress, you know what I mean, and building our empire.
Fucking
and
rich flex over here, man.
You hear that shit?
I love it, and that's what I do, and not so much Derek, I guess.
21.
For me, I love it.
Why don't you do something for
it.
me? That's why fucking get off the pot. That's awesome. I love hearing that kind of shit. I love hearing that shit, but that's dope. But no, I mean, and sometimes it's like I use that kind of stuff for motivation, man. Like I'm gonna be honest, because I don't take anything personal, but I take everything personal. So I don't take it personally like you want to, like you hate me or you want to do harm to me, but I take your negative opinion personally. And I use that. And I'm like, that's what you think. Oh man, I'm about to, you about to fucking hate life. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm the last pick. You about to hate life. You know what I'm saying? Like all type of shit. And that shit has powered me through so much, man. In a positive way, because it's never malicious. It's like I'm using this to power past what could be a perceived plateau. And,
right. And I'm telling you, like, I'm sorry, but I have one more shout out, and rest in peace to her. But the one person who always believed that I was gonna make it, Miss Brock.
Miss Brock, hey,
Miss Brock was definitely dope.
Miss Brock, but I tell you what, Miss Brock, she knew it. She knew I was always gonna be something. She knew I was gonna make it.
Miss Brock.
She signed my
Are we gonna do like a good teacher appreciation roll call real quick?
I got mine on deck already.
Shout out to Miss Jackson.
Miss Brock was mine. Oh, Miss Jackson, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Mine
shout out to Miss Rudrow.
Miss Agretta Russell, my third grade Avenue teacher.
Miss Russell.
Word.
I had Miss Russell.
Homer.
Shout out to Miss Homer.
Shout out Miss Homer. Miss Homer was a beast, but you know what? I loved her. She was so real. Like she told us the one day in class, because everybody was showing out, and she looked at us. She stood by that door, so elegant and so classy, waiting for everybody to be quiet. She said, "Listen, I ain't even gotta be here. I can just walk away right now and get my price for 300.
You don't even understand that. You don't even understand that. She has tenure, dog. She can just leave you in there.
Yes. It was
teachers
dead
actually
serious.
cared.
Yo, I tell you, after class, and I
was trying their hardest, yo.
I was probably in 7th grade, and I told Miss Homer, I said, I want to be like you when I grow up.
Shout out to Miss Balaam,
so
man. Shout out to
real.
Miss Balaam.
Oh,
yeah, man. Shout out to Miss Kendall.
Kendall, yeah.
Shout out to Miss. Shout to man.
Miss Daly. Shout out to Miss Daly.
Miss Daly, yeah.
Miss Daly.
Yeah. Guidance counselor. Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Miss Vici. Rest in peace, Miss Vici.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mr. Gallup, man. My guy, man.
Mr. Gallup.
Coach G, man. Coach
Giordano,
man.
Yeah.
I went all the way to meet the champions with this motherfucker, dog. And when I talk about being the most mediocre track runner in the history of Asbury Park High School. You want to know how mediocre my shit was, bro? But for some reason I was good. I had the school record for the 110 high hurdles until like 2006.
Seriously?
Right? Yeah. And then
No way.
and then some like 10th grader came in like, no, 2002.
Wipe that shit
And then like
out.
some 10th grader came and wiped me out. Oh, no, no, it was 06. It was when I went back there to be a recruiter, and it was some little young dude wiping my shit out, right? But I was mid as fuck. We just didn't have him out to the event. But I went all the way to the Media Champions with this guy. And I went there and raced my rivals from Christian Brothers Academy, and they beat me for 3 years straight. And at that very same meet, the very last meet of my fucking career, I beat them both. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Vinny Panza and Mike Sosha, because y'all niggas lost. You know what I'm saying? So and I was 16th in the fucking state, bro. And I was trash. But who else, man? Shout out to
Miss Driver for me. The typing. I used to write I had all types of aliases on that board before we started.
The fucking vice principal, man. I forgot her name. I just said
Taylor?
it. Miss Taylor. Yeah, Miss Taylor. Shout out to Miss Taylor, bro. Shout out to Miss Taylor. A lot of great disciplinarians, a lot of great elders that gave us guidance. Some we were considered like our play uncles and play aunts. We all have a play uncle that we know. Shannon Sharp, right? Shannon Sharp, Uncle Sharp. Uncle Sharp was just talking about one of our youngers, our good brothers, Ja Morant, right? Yeah. And so I want to play a clip from Shannon Sharp because he was just talking about the good brother Ja Morant and about how he was acting. Because he had an interaction at the Lakers game and he got into it with his entourage and his dad. And then after the game, Ja Morant's crew got into it with some ball boys. And Shannon Sharp said some things that I said about the young man checking his ego. I'm gonna go ahead and play a clip, and now I'll go ahead and read this latest news article about Ja Morant. Let me know if you can hear this.
Ja's a really good basketball player. Ja did everything he could to lift himself and his family out of this type of environment and to get away from this. And for some reason, he wants to surround himself with these type of people. Why? Bro, you not hard. That's not your life. People that in that life would give anything to be in your life. Great point. For some reason, you're worth 30, you got a $200 million contract, and you want people in the NBA to think you hood, to think you gangster, because you roll with these type of people. Bro, you putting yourself in harm's way when you don't have to. Nobody looks at you, John, think, man, that's a thug. He hood. He down. He about that. You not. Stop pretending. All you do is yap into I'm going to let him live to see another day. I'm going to do this. You're not going to do nothing. What you're going to do is get yourself in trouble, put yourself and your family in harm's way when you don't have to. Just play basketball. If you want to do all that chirping and all that about y'all good, how great you are, even though your record indicate since you made your statement, Dylan Brooks made his statement, you've been awful. Have at that. I got no problem. I wish you wouldn't talk so much, considering y'all talk so much to have done so little. That's a part of it. I get that. But this, what you're going about, pretending like you down like that you tote, that you carry, bruh, you putting yourself in harm's way. And it's not a good look for you.
And so this was a couple weeks ago on Undisputed, because Ja Morant's entourage and Ja Morant tried to fucking fight Shannon Sharp on national TV over talking just talking trash at a Lakers game, like fans, fucking at a Lakers game, and the players are trying to fight Shannon Sharp, who's built like goddamn a Marvel superhero, right? And so now breaking news for Mr. Ja Morant. So Ja Morant is accused of making threatening statement to a Memphis mall guard. So two things happened today, right? Ja Morant was accused of threatening a mall security guard during a disturbance last summer at Wolf Chase Galleria, according to a newly obtained police report. This is from 2 hours ago. This happened July 22nd, 2022, right? Memphis police officers respond to a simple assault call at the mall around 12. An unnamed woman is involved in an assault inside finish line along with a group of people, and she called her son to the mall. The woman and a group of 9 to 10 people, including Ja Morant, were asked to leave property by a security guard. That's when an unknown person in the group allegedly pushed the guard in the head, and then the two took an aggressive fighting stance. And at that point, Ja Morant said, "Let me find out what time he gets off." The guard filed a police report because he felt threatened and alleged the comment and the physical contact. Now, that's last summer. Now, what else just happened? All right, is that Ja Morant, fucking a week or two later, a 17-year-old filed a lawsuit against him because he was punched in the face by Ja Morant while they were playing basketball outside his home in Memphis. Yeah. And so what happened was that after the game, guess what else Mr. Ja Morant did? Pointed guns at him and threatened to shoot him. So this is a 17-year-old kid, right? This is a 17-year-old kid. You're an NBA fucking star, and you're threatening a kid. You're assaulting them, and you're pointing guns at him. You're pointing guns at security guards. You're threatening Shannon Sharp. Your entourage is pointing laser sights at fucking ball boys and whatnot. This is on camera. You're on camera doing this, and now Adam Silver is stuck. He's stuck in a conundrum, right? Do you suspend him? We've suspended we've suspended players for using racial slurs. All right. Miles Leonard was kicked out of the league for 3 years for using an anti-Semitic slur on a live stream, right? Kicked out of the league for 3 years. We've had NBA franchise owners have had to sell teams.
Sell that team.
For racist comments, for sexist, for sexual harassment, for fucking cheating on their wives, all type of shit, right? For beating their wives, all type of shit, right? We've seen this shit throughout the league, throughout the NFL, throughout everywhere, right? And Gilbert Arenas bought guns to the fucking arena. He got banned from the league. Now you got a guy with a history of violence, all right? Assaulting kids, threatening mall security guards. All right, you got his crew on tape pointing laser sights. I say, you know what? You ban the kid. You kick him out for the rest of the year. You ban everyone.
At the whole entourage.
How old is he? How old is he?
Old enough to read a fucking contract.
Yeah, old enough to be worth 200 million.
That says no nigging, nigga. You know what I'm saying? No nigging on the clock.
Honestly, with times have changed now, and with everything that everyone has gone through during, the pandemic and maybe a year before, I would suggest counseling, because these violent tendencies, they come from somewhere. Everyone can talk a big game, but not everyone is as violent as he has been.
I agree.
Either he has therapy. A trigger.
Yes, he has a trigger.
Therapy.
And he's trying to pull it. Get his ass out of the league. Get him to inpatient fucking therapy, away from everybody, because you have sown a history of violence, and you have the money and the means to shoot niggas, and you have an entourage of niggas that have threatened to shoot niggas.
Right. And then my other thing is with the mom.
And
fucking season.
Or suspend them for a season, but mandatory therapy before you come back. So it hits that pocket.
I don't want him back.
Yeah,
why? Why?
Why
if
not?
you punched a 17-year-old kid, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Everybody deserves a shot. We've all made.
If you punched a 17-year-old kid, get the fuck out of here.
Listen, I will punch a 17-year-old
just because you get
kid.
money, just because you get 200 million, don't mean you fucking automatically learn your lessons or all the shit that fucked up about you. So give him a shot.
Yeah.
Suspend
him.
Not at all. Not at all. And then it depends on.
Bro.
It all depends on what the 17-year-old kid did or said.
No, it doesn't.
Because
no, it doesn't.
It does though, because a lot of people don't have that type of restraint. You know what I mean?
Then you shouldn't be on a freaking outdoor basketball court playing a pickup game with civilians. Go to Drake's house, nigga. Go hang out with Moneybag Yo and play basketball. And Yo Gotti in Memphis. They like to play basketball. I seen them on Instagram.
Yeah.
Why are you playing with some random 17-year-olds?
And he's playing at
Maybe
his
he
house,
thinks
at his
that
own
that's
house,
normal.
right?
Like,
There's got to be some sort of normalcy that he
I don't.
believes.
Yeah, I don't.
in
Yeah,
that.
that shit is crazy. And then flashing the gun and all that extra shit. Because I read the report and it's like, that's kind of extra. If you plan, get the fuck out, do like Martin, get the fuck out my house. I don't like
Hey,
that.
listen.
Take up my ball and I'm going home. We ain't got to flash no guns. I ain't got to touch you.
Hey, man.
What you
Speaking
think,
of guns,
Sadira?
man, she don't
Because I'm
care about
telling
that
you,
shit.
I have bit a baby before. I'm not
She's
even
like,
gonna
who is
hold
Ja
you.
Morant? And why is he
Oh,
not
no,
in jail?
Think I'm playing.
You bite me.
Yeah,
back.
I bit somebody's kid. Absolutely. Absolutely. The boy bit
Oh my
my
gosh.
son, and I told his mother, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? He drew blood. You know what I mean? Like, your son is out here being a vampire. What you gonna do about it?
You broke the epidermis.
Yeah, she didn't do nothing. So of course, me being me, now this was like, I don't know, 20 years ago, but
You'll go to
yeah,
jail now.
I bit her kid, and
Here
soon
on the
as he
Cognac
started
Stories podcast,
crying,
we do
I
not
set him
advocate
right
biting
next.
children.
Listen,
Who is
I
this
set
woman?
him right next to my
She
son.
crept up next to
Oh
him,
my
threw the
gosh.
lemon pepper on the
Yeah.
arm and went out.
Yep.
But
I set, and
speaking
while he
speaking
cried,
of
I set him right next
speaking
to my
of
son
a
so that they
gun
can cry together.
toting hoodlums in Chicago, aka Chirac, they're going to be getting a new mayor because Lori Lightfoot has lost her bid for re-election. And if you don't know who Lori Lightfoot is, she is the mayor of Chicago who looks like an Ewok with the hood off.
They was
All
killing
right?
it. They
So-
had it looking like Beetlejuice out that mug.
No, here's the deal, right? Here's the deal, man. I hate identity politics, man.
Yeah.
And when you play identity politics, it always bites you in the ass. So when you run on all these goofy ass, fucking fluffy ass, ridiculous ass policies and platforms that can never, dog, you can't fix crime in Chicago without a bomb in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You want to
Not
fix
a
crime in
bomb.
Chicago? Call Putin and just say it's Crimea. Should be solved.
No,
You know
you know what I have a problem with? I have a problem with them calling 11 and 12-year-old kids killers.
Yeah.
Did
You
they
have
shoot
11
niggas?
and 12. Yes, you have
They're the
11 and
killers.
12-year-olds shooting people. But my thing is, kids are kids. They are sponges. They get that activity from somewhere. Behavior is taught.
They
Behavior
taught
is
to kill.
taught.
They kill. Hey, listen.
We had a 6-year-old shoot a teacher here.
Yeah, I saw that on news.
Yeah, that's my
And they
main spot.
told the fucking, they told the staff, and they told
Yeah.
the administration. Sadira, does that not sound like the conversation we were just having off the air?
Sure.
Everybody knew this kid was a liability.
Oh
Yep,
yeah.
and everybody ignored it, right? Red flags been there. Y'all chose to ignore them. But no, so she lost her bid for re-election. Everybody is kind of shocked because Democrats, that was the first time a Democrat lost their re-election bid in like 50 years. Last time the person that did it was a woman. But it was big because she was the first openly gay Black mayor ever, and she's probably going to be the last because that was her
Which
platform.
is sad.
Why is it sad? You can't run on that platform. You can't run on a platform of defund the police. Who the fuck is going to arrest the criminals? Because the people
I
that she
agree.
lost to were backed by the PTA, the teachers union, the police union, like all the people that she abandoned by jumping on the Black Lives
Woke.
Matter bandwagon and the woke bandwagon and saying the shit like defund the police. You know, well,
Right.
Okay,
They say defund, reallocate. Shit.
yeah, something, but she and everybody, said, okay, you have no fucking clue on how to solve any of this shit, and crime just shot to hell in Chicago as well. And that's it. But you're seeing a shift. So people are seeing some conservative places go liberal, and we're seeing a lot of liberal places go conservative. Because let me tell you, at the end of the day, motherfuckers got to be safe.
Right, that part. I told y'all, Trump 2024. Stop playing.
Trump, we were not safe with Trump. You're about to get muted. But let me tell you what else is not safe. Your freaking sneakers. Okay, your sneakers are not safe. No, let me tell you. So here's the deal, right? So let me tell you, this is why I love journalism. This is why I wanted to be a writer, a journalist when I was a kid. So Dow Chemical and the Singaporean government had a deal where they were taking sneakers, and they had a sneaker recycling program where they were taking sneakers from all these businesses and companies and saying that they were going to make them into new shoes and give them to the poor, right? So a journalist from Reuters, they took 11 pairs of shoes, put tracking devices in them, and tracked these shoes, and 9 of the 11 pairs of shoes ended up in resale markets in Singapore. And they
No
found out
way.
that like 60 to 70% of these shoes were being resold in independent markets, and these shoes weren't being given to charity at all.
Oh,
And
wow.
Dow did not know about it, and the Singaporean government was just getting hella money doing this. And this is actually something that goes on between US companies and foreign contractors all the time. One thing that the United States military does is we sell our trash on our island basis. We sell the trash to foreign governments like the Chinese, and they say that they're going to recycle it. They
And
actually don't
take
recycle it.
Analyze that shit.
They take that shit and use it over.
Yeah.
Like they literally take that shit, don't clean it, and just reuse it.
Oh, wow.
And that's why disease gets spread out like that. That's why if you ever do some like a foreign port brief, you can't even let their trash go in your trash bins because of shit like hood and mouth disease. You know what I'm saying? So they can't even put their trash or their food in our trash bins when their boats come here because of shit like that, right? Because of the sanitation and standards and food and shit like that, right? So it's wild shit. Like this is not shit I'm making up. I used to be a foreign services liaison officer in the Navy way back in the day when I used to be a fucking slave to the man, right? But that's the thing, man. And so it's like, yo, this is normal, right? There's always been companies pulling the whole this is for charity, and it's never charity, right? It's like, yo, the proceeds, like the NFL when they do the pink ribbon campaign, only 20% of those proceeds, up to like $2 million, go to actual cancer research, and the rest goes back to the league. Ooh. Yeah, and they make like 150 mil a year off of those fucking pink jerseys.
Clean up off of that.
You know what I'm saying? Like the NBA and the NFL.
And not only that, when they have the championship winners, you know, they already have both teams printed, but whoever loses, they send
at least those get donated.
overseas.
At least those get donated. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't take my donation and resell that shit, man. I ain't cool with that, bro. I could have put that shit on StockX.
Philly Super Bowl 2023.
I would buy that shit. That's a collector's item, bro. You don't think I want that? Hell no, man. I want that shit. I want that fucking Portland Trail Blazers NBA fucking championship outfit, dog. That fucking Blazer shit look fucking hot, boy. That should look fire. But also speaking of fire and people's pants being on fire because they're liars, did you see the shit about the white woman in Philly who was the head of equity and inclusion?
Oh.
No, I did not see that.
So what happened? She worked for a nonprofit organization as the head of equity and inclusion, AFSC, and she claimed to be Hispanic and some kind of other shit, and she was just white and German, right? Yeah. Her last name is Sarwasadi. She did convert to Islam. She was white, she did convert, British, German, and Italian, and she falsely claimed to be Arab, Latina, and South Asian.
Yeah, I saw that.
And so she was hired.
Is that the woman? She was wearing like the Muslim thing on her head.
Yeah, she's really Muslim. She's really Muslim. That's legit. You know, so I don't discredit that, but you know, she lied to get the job. You know, and I mean,
was that Rachel Dolezal
2.0? Well, here's the deal. Am I upset about that? Yes, I am. Right. Because you use an affirmative action program to take a qualified position from a qualified candidate, You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter how good of a job you did in that position, you took a seat from somebody that deserved it more than you. You know
More
what I'm
than
saying?
you, yeah.
And that's why I don't give a fuck what a track record is. You're a fucking dickhead, you know. But then at the same time, it's like, have we ever lied on job qualifications before? You know, I don't know. I hope not. I mean,
I have
haven't.
not. No,
Shit.
no, I
I'm
haven't
so frightened,
either.
dog. I'm like, they're gonna check that shit. Because my whole thing, yo, dog, my whole thing is like, yo, at like the very last day of the probationary period, I'll be like that motherfucker in Office Space. They're like, yo, we need to go ahead and move your desk to the basement. You know what I'm saying? Like,
have you guys seen my
dog, Sadira, did I not call you last week worried about not getting paid because I did my timesheet like an hour late? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, yo, I fucking freak out about everything, man. I'm like, yo, listen, I'm fucking nervous, dog. So listen. You motherfuckers are crazy, lying about your race and shit, man.
That's
just like, yo,
that's next level right there.
I mean, well, the Kardashians have done it for a while. You know,
I was about to say, and doesn't it fall in line with the same, notion that, they say all lives matter, and then you got white people out here burning themselves and burning their skin and crap to be darker because they love black skin so
I would
much.
rather you just be white and fight for equality. Because to me, that makes it like more meaningful. Because it's like, yo, bro, you don't have to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's like that's like me out there fighting for fucking, transgender rights. Like, I don't have to do this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I've popped a coworker for touching my hair before.
There you go.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Without consent, without asking, nothing.
But
you're bugging.
Yeah, that's yo, listen, man. But yo, listen, can we it's time to get into the topics, man. And so for that, we got to go into the first segue. So I'll give you guys a little time to get your drinks and whatnot. But the first song we're gonna get into, man, is a little classic by a classic. Group is called Buffalo Springfield. The song you've heard a million times, and you're gonna hear it one more today. The song is called For What It's Worth. Make sure I'm sharing my audio. I don't want to fucking, meet this up again like I always do. And I found a way to.
Playing the last song. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's my shit.
There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. There's battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their minds are getting so much resistance from behind. Time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. What a field day for the heat. 1,000 people in the street, singing songs and carrying signs, mostly say hooray for our side. It's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Paranoia strikes deep into your life, it will creep. It starts when you're always afraid. Step out of line, the man come and take you away. We better better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop now. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop. Children, what's that sound?
Mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2, man. Are y'all with me, man?
Well, I'm here.
Are y'all here, man? Yeah, a little classic by Buffalo Springfield for what it's worth, man. And I listened to that song, man, and I start thinking about just the times changing, man. The times changing.
What's
I gotta
up?
pause. Yeah, I had to take a quick pause for the cause. My wonderful, wonderful co-parent was calling me about my daughter. Yo, before I get into this topic, she gave me a pack of hot dogs, bro.
For what? For baby girl?
No, for me. She gave me a whole bag of groceries, right? But
Okay.
I don't eat glizzies. I don't eat hot dogs. She knows I don't eat hot dogs or beef, anything, or glizzies at all. But she got me some chicken hot dogs. She didn't give them to me. One of her neighbors gave her like 2 big ass bags of groceries because they thought she was a single mom and was poor.
Yeah.
And so they been giving her groceries. And she's like, I got extra groceries. And I'm like, of course I want those.
Mhm.
It's like $80 to $100 in groceries. So shout out to my wonderful co-parent. I don't say baby moms anymore. We say co-parent around here. So
Respect.
shout out to my wonderful co-parent. She gave me a whole big ass reusable grocery bag of food, and in it was these big ass chicken glizzies that you saw me eating earlier.
Yeah, about
Took
to
it in
say.
two bites, right? But so back to the topics, man. So
And shout out to her neighbor who stereotypes her.
yeah, she's white as well, so that's why she was nice. But so I'm looking at the times, changing, and everybody's talking about this culture war, or is it a retaking of decency? I'm looking in the news and I see Tennessee, right? They you've seen the don't say gay bills passed in Florida. In Tennessee, they just passed a bill, two bills, or a bill that did two things. It banned transgender affirmation surgery for minors. So no one before 18 can get any transgender affirmation surgery. You got to stick it out in your actual gender until you're 18. And then
that's
they
good.
also banned all drag shows in public where minors can attend. So no drag shows in the library, no drag shows at the normal coffee shop, nothing like that.
Oh, that's
Also,
why I saw that daggone. I saw that picture that said the only thing that might harm a minor at a drag show is a Christian with a gun. That's what the meme said.
And then the next thing in Georgia. In Georgia, you have not just Georgia, but in all the country, you have these tuition-free schools, and they're normally funded by Christian groups. So this tuition-free school in Georgia, which had about 100, 200 students, very high performance school for disadvantaged kids. They recently came out with language in their charter statement, their mission statement, saying that they support their LGBT plus students and community. Now, that's cool, except you're getting money from Christians and they don't fuck with that, right?
Stop their donations.
Yo, so no, they didn't threaten shit. They just stopped their donations.
Okay.
Right. So the school is now forced to close at the end of the year.
Damn.
And now yeah, and this is in Kansas City, Missouri, right? And so you got an entire school being shut down because they chose to play politics as opposed to put the needs of the students first. You could still support your LGBT plus community without saying shit about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, didn't the Bible said, do your works of charity in silence, right? So if you're getting money from Peter and he don't fuck with Paul, don't let him know, And that's the thing. And so and that's what they did. Now the whole school shuts down, and people are upset. They're saying, oh well, why are they banning drag shows? And you know, like, well, you as a parent, you should be able to you have the right to not take your kid there. And that's a really good argument. You do have the
Yeah,
right to not
but
take your
not take a
kid
kid. Yeah,
to that public place where that drag show is. Or you could just not have the fucking drag show there, right? And let me tell you, and let me look at the camera when I say this, because if you know me, I'm the most progressive motherfucker out here, right? But I'll say it once, I'll say it again. This is the hill I will die on, Calvin. I have no desire to see nuts, titties, butt cheeks, nipples, nothing in public. You know what I'm saying? Right? So if you're at an establishment where you have to pay to get entry, you can show all that behind the paywall, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm walking in a fucking Starbucks, if I'm walking into a regular bookstore, if I'm walking into the library, if I'm walking into a government building, if I'm walking into a classroom, if I'm walking into somewhere where it's just fucking public, I should not be subjected to another nigga's nuts. That's just me, right? I shouldn't be subjected to that shit, right? Because it's not, you know, me tolerating a lifestyle. No, I don't want to see a stripper. I don't want to see nipples. I don't want to go to McDonald's and see a chick with nipple tassels reading to kids, right? I don't want to go to the library, the public library, seeing that, right? I don't like kids being around anything sexualized. And when they try to say drag isn't sexualized, that's a goddamn lie.
Yeah, that's definitely sexualized.
Yeah, definitely
You know?
a lie, because that's my thing too. In order to talk about, you know, transgenders or gay people, you have to talk about one thing: sex.
Sexual nature, or
Exactly. And I'm not explaining to my 6-year-old anything about sex.
Exactly.
I think
You
that is
know?
so wrong.
And so I get it. Like if you want to have, and that's the thing, like if you want to have the, because I'm like, if you have the drag story
in a
time
private establishment
at the gay bar, that's
rock
fine.
on.
That's a private establishment, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to sit at the library. And that's the only places that ban. They're saying you can't do it at any place that's a public place or any place that receives any kind of government money. But if you want to do it at your shit, you can do it because that's your shit. So you can take your kids to go see your drag show at your shit. But at our regular ass shit, where we don't let
public park,
where we don't let regular titties out, where you can't even breastfeed, we not gonna let y'all have your fucking nuts and butts out. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Because if it was really about drag or really about, you know, normalizing transgenderism, it would simply be a transgender person reading. It wouldn't be a transgender drag story time. It would simply be a person reading who happens to be transgender. That's how you normalize it. Because if you out here looking like goddamn fucking Carmen from the fucking play, that's weird. You look like a showgirl. That's weird to me.
Well, it's okay as long as you, and as well, and yeah, my opinion, if you do it in your private establishment, to each his own. Not that saying that you can't go out into the public and be who you want to be. You can do that, but when you put on a full-on display and this, that, and the other.
Because first off, drag isn't limited to the LGBT community. There's a shit ton of straight cisgender people that perform drag and that aren't gay. So you can't say this is just our shit. No, because straight motherfuckers do it too. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to see kids around titties and butts. If you want to normalize that culture and you want to read the kids, just be normal and read the kids. That's it. That's like having a Chippendales dancer. Fucking read the kids. That's fucking weird.
Not Magic Mike with the bow tie and the shirt off.
Yo, I swear to God, I'll fucking nigga up over shit like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even joking, man. Like, this shit is weird as hell, bro. Like,
give it perspective.
Like, that shit is weird to me, man. Like, I'm all about, yo, you can have your rights. If you want to read the kids, read the kids.
I watched Magic Mike with my stepdaughter, and Derek about to chop my head off.
Yeah. So the question, the question I have for you guys is, do you think that the government should be able to step in and regulate where you can take your children? Because now they're stepping in and saying, you can't take your kids to a public drag show because they're saying you can't have the drag shows in public.
No.
Not regulate.
There's some things that the government should not have to regulate, just like regulating child support. Like, you know what I mean? It's just doing the most. Parents need to be parents. Stop trying to be your kids' friends.
Yeah.
Be their parent.
I think the government should be able to step in and say that, because you can't take a kid to a kid can't just walk into an R-rated movie.
Oh my God.
So if a kid can't just go to an R-rated movie, why are we letting them just
at a drag show?
Yeah.
You took my example.
I did?
Yes.
My bad. Well, Sadira, if you were a more active participant instead of eating your fucking roasted lamb chops and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Sadira's busy. Whatever she eating looks good.
No, because I'm giving you all the fucking salt because you got fucking pot roasting and shit. You know, I would have drove down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got 2 days to not doing shit. Yeah. Like you ain't just see me.
I got pot roast, baked potatoes, and asparagus.
Dog, you just watch me inhale 2 fucking glizzy pie. Two glizzies that I cooked in the air fryer. Didn't even have a bun. I used the free white bread that my co-parent gave me, and I put a fucking slice of ghost pepper cheese on it, bro. And I don't have ketchup. I don't use ketchup, so I put fucking tomato sauce on it. Try to freak it, bro.
Oh,
yeah, you want to come down and
I made a glizzy. I made a glizzy parmesan.
Somebody hit your man off. He looking bad out here.
Jesus.
Come on, TJ, I'll cook for you. Come on down here this weekend.
I cook for my daughter all the time. It's just that I had the pod, and I was like, yo, I could run down the street and get chicken and waffles from the brunch spot, or I could set up for the pod. And I said, yo, let me set up for the pod.
We appreciate you. Like, God, get a good meal in first.
Bro, right, exactly. I would have came in at 8 o'clock with a plate of chicken and waffles. Mad stereotypical, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I eat on here every week. Y'all already know that.
Boy, I saw tomato paste on the glizzies.
The glizzies hit this tomato paste on the glizzy.
Ew, that sounds gross. I was with you until you said that.
You take the tomato paste and put it in a blender bottle and add water.
No way.
Yo, I'm speaking of experience.
Oh my God. Your man out here looking bad. You got to hit him up with an ounce or something. You don't know how much shit I've cooked in a blender bottle. First, can I tell y'all a story?
Mustard packet?
Can I tell y'all a story, dog? Can I tell y'all a story? Listen. Can we go back to the Martin Sofa shit? Because the one thing I want to talk about, we're going to talk about it on the next pod. And I'm going to tell you the song I'm going to play. Rock Bottom, Eminem. That's the song. We're going to talk about all of our rock bottoms. And I got the inspiration about this shit, bro, because I was about to throw out some pans and shit, right? I ain't even got that many. And I go to throw out a pan because the Teflon nonstick is coming off. Rest of ceramic pan. I've had it since I've been here. And I'm like, this shit is like peeling off. This shit is nasty as fuck. I'm about to throw the pan away. And I looked at it and I fucking teared up, bro. And I said, yo, this was the first purchase I made when I got here, dog. Because that's the only thing I could afford. You know what I'm saying? Right. And because I spent all the money on a fucking Airbnb. Right. Because I had to move here 2 months early and shit. So all the plans I had fucked up, had to come out here to support, my daughter and my co-parent. Right. And I'm like, all right, cool. Broke as fuck, dealing with a car sale going awry. Right. Finances going fucking bananas, bro. And this is coming from this is pandemic too, bro. Right. Yeah. New dad. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. Stress level through the moon. First 2 purchases from Target because I'm in the Airbnb Airbnbs in the fucking basement, bro. I gotta walk past rats to get to my Airbnb. That's the one thing they don't tell you in DC. These Airbnbs in the
I saw the
basements,
motherfuckers in
them
the
shits flood
alleys.
out. They're
DC
terrible, bro.
rats.
They're
Oh
terrible.
my God.
And I bought a hot plate, which I still have, and I bought this fucking pot, and I had that shit, and I cooked every meal in this fucking pot. And to make like chicken noodle soup took an hour, because I would take chicken, cut it up, ramen, vegetables, all type of shit, chicken stock, broth, put it in this pot, and I would cook it. And I was doing the pot with this pot, bro, a hot plate, and the table sitting right next to me, dog. This pot and that hot plate stayed with me, dog. And I went through that pot out, and I said, yo, this was the pot that I had to piss in, dog. This pot went from every Airbnb to the apartments. I'm keeping that pot. That pot is staying with me till I fucking die, bro. Or until I throw it away. It's until I throw it away, nigga. You know, let me stop bullshitting.
That shit is gonna be on your bed stand.
Let me go get some Paula Deen cookware. No. I'm gonna go to things remembered and get this shit like Browns or something, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's my pot I had to piss in, bro, because that was the only thing I could afford, dog. Because I couldn't afford the whole set. And I said, I got to get something where I can make every fucking meal in, or I can make enough meals in. And I made the conscious decision to eat soup for 2 fucking months. You know what I'm saying? Everything was going to be a soup or a stew or something I could cook in a fucking pot in the hot plate, dog. And I'm living in Airbnbs, and living in a fucking hotel with bed bugs and shit. You know what I'm saying? And watching my daughter, bro. And the only thing I had was that pot and that hot plate and my fucking bags, dog. You know what I'm saying? And here we are now, a short bit of time later, on the precipice of fucking greatness. Life is good. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. But and that's why I say, man, the times, man, they're fucking changing, bro. And it's just like, what side of history are we gonna be on? Because they're asking you to support this. They keep pushing you one way, right? Or if you stay where you were, you get moved further the other way, just by default,
over and pushed aside.
Yeah. So it's like, well, what the fuck do you do? You know what I'm saying? Because now you go from being liberal to being moderate. You go from being conservative to being liberal, just because you think your daughter should be able to have an abortion. And all of a sudden it's like they switch. You can't even be in the club anymore, And it's like, well, fuck, what do you do, man? And now it's at a point, man. It's like, for me, I'm not really fucking with a lot of people right now, man. Like, with a lot of social issues and a lot of causes. Like, always police reform, always, justice, equality. But all the goofy shit, bro.
The wild shit, yeah.
Like a fucking story time for drag shows. Yo, y'all gotta get the fuck out of here with that, bro. That's a distraction, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all motherfuckers talking about UFOs. Yo, get the fuck out of here. Yo, get the fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck about that shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, we got real shit happening, man. We got real things going on. We got real things, like, bro, fucking Russia is about to be in our backyard, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got real shit happening. We got China about to invade Taiwan. Real shit happening, man. Chicago still Iraq. Real shit happening. I'm in DC, bro. Every day somebody is carjacked and shot here. Every day somebody is killed. I just repost the shit on IG now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Every day. Like, there's a site on IG called Washingtonian Problems. You go on there, and they show it every day. Is somebody getting? I don't even drive, dog. Like, let me tell you, I'm pussy. You know what I'm saying? Let me say that right now, because I had a girl call me pussy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. You know who you are. Because I said
I'll be that.
Because I said I wasn't comfortable driving down to DC at night. I said, because I gotta stop at too many stoplights. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a fucking BMW. There's no fucking way I'm doing that.
So and I end up like Harold and King.
Bro, and I can pull up every carjacking. You know what I'm saying? Along that path.
Yeah.
Like, all on North Capitol, you getting carjacked. If you stop at a 7-Eleven in DC after 10 p.m., your shit's getting took, and they're taking kids and everything. Like, I don't even drive with Teba at night. You know what I'm saying? Because they're taking kids and the cars, right? And crashing them and shit. And so, yeah, and so young lady called me pussy because I didn't want to come to DC at night. And I said, you can fucking pay for your own Uber. How about that? You know? And then I fucking blocked her. That's what I did because I'm very petty. I'm in my petty phase now. You know what I'm saying? My petty phase. A petty-weight, not a welterweight. A petty-weight. Petty-weight champion of the world. But
I thought about that shit while we was down in Tampa, just keeping your head on a swivel and shit. And motherfuckers, we looked up, I think I said that on the whatchamacallit, no more going cheap and shit. Cause like I said, the Airbnb was over at Chop Shop. Fucking I tend to YouTube a lot of shit. So of course I YouTube fucking worst cities in Tampa. And I'm looking
this
at
motherfucker's Airbnb host was Dom Toretto from fucking Fast and the Furious. He was like, yo, it's all about family.
It's all about family.
You can stay upstairs.
We stayed in the back upstairs, overlooking a chop shop. For real.
He's like, yo, is this Paul Walker's old room?
You're so fool, bro. But nah, I looked that shit up on YouTube. 10 worst cities in Tampa. I'm 8 minutes from one. I just went to a fucking Dollar General that was crazy. And as they're showing shit, they're showing this lighthouse looking structure that's like right down the street from me. And I'm like, yo, is that the fucking lighthouse? And she was like, hold on, rewind it. That's the fucking lighthouse that we just passed on the main strip. I said, oh shit. I said, yeah, we can't go cheap no more. We can't be fucking around like that. Wild out there.
Yeah.
So that shit reminded me of that.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you, bro. Like me, I'm pussy, bro. I'm in my soft life. I'm in my soft boy era. Just like they got that soft girl era. I'm just joking, but that whole shit is done for, bro. I don't know if you've seen, women have been like on the social media saying they're not about that shit anymore. They're like, they don't want the soft life anymore.
No,
because it means you don't do shit. You're not self-sufficient.
Okay. Respect.
Yeah. Fuck that, man. I need that hard knock life. And what my man Jay say, that hard knock life. You know what I'm saying? I ain't out here faking the funk like Ja Morant, pretend to be fucking tough. You know what I'm saying? But
$200 million tough.
$200 million tough guy. No, but for real, like what Alene said is correct, that he needs to go to therapy, or he needs to some kind of coping mechanism to help him out, right?
Or
and
surround himself with a new fucking crew.
Yeah, and so that's the next thing I want to talk about, is just some of the coping mechanisms that we use, and just the differences in the generations, and what goes on. And so I'm gonna lead into that with a little something different. An amazing group that I love called The Midnight.
The Midnight.
Yep. And the song, it's called Waves.
Speaking of marketing, one of today's greatest marketing triumphs in the entertainment field is video games. It's a business which has tripled in size in just 3 years. Ron Hendren went out in the field to bring us this special report.
All over the country, armies of young people are blasting away at invaders from outer space and paying for the privilege. I'll be looking at the electronic game craze, which has not only fascinated the nation, but which has created some interesting problems as well. Although it looked innocent enough, this machine turned out to have some unusual powers. It kept kids mesmerized for hours.
We are not a sentimental age. We don't want our parents trying to order ticker tape parades. We are not a sentimental age. We're all getting high on fire escapes. We are hooking up with strangers we will never see again. We are not a sentimental age. We are not a sentimental age. When I dream, we're all melting together, synchronized in a mass embrace. I'll never even know your name. We are not a sentimental age. On our shoulders is a boulder of a debt we cannot pay. We are not a sentimental age. My diagnosis says I tend to disengage. I'd rather have my privacy, I'd rather have my space. These are just the pills I have to take. We are not a sentimental age. When I dream, we're all melting together, synchronized in a mass embrace. Beads of water folded together like a North Shore wave. How strange, we're parts of each other. How strange, I'll never even know your name.
Yeah. Mic check, mic check.
I feel like I was at the night of the Roxbury.
Well, the Midnight, they specialize in retro wave, new wave, open format type music. I discovered them when I was in open format DJ back in the past life, back in like 2011, the San Diego days, the Jersey days, yeah, Polos and Clark's days. And man, when I used to put that shit on, bro, like that shit would go hard as fuck at a day party at a brunch because it's just in the background. And like music like that, when it's that crescendo, you're like, oh shit. And then if you're actually listening, you're like, oh, they spitting that shit. And if you listen to the song, especially the first and second verses, they talk about the difference in the generations with their parents' generations and how we grew up where, you know, we have various distractions, and our generation, our parents' generation, they're very sentimental. They hold on to their traditions. We aren't. We buck the system. We fight the power. You know, the second verse, if you listen, he talks about what his diagnosis is from, you know, being desensitized to everything as a child, and the shit that you deal with to now what you use to cope with and what you're being medicated with. And these are the pills that you have to take to the hookup culture that we're in, where we just sleep with people and we don't know their names, you know, because we are not a sentimental age, and not even our parents, because they pioneered hookup culture. Why must I be like that? Why must I chase the cat? After all, just a booty call, right? They made movies about it, right? But our grandparents, they were singing, you know. Ain't nothing wrong with me loving you. Oh, giving yourself to me could never be wrong. That was a booty call. That was their booty call music. You know what I'm saying? Was Let's Get It On. Right? Okay. They're sentimental. You know what I'm saying?
Turn off the lights.
Turn off the lights. Yeah, hey man, slocks. You know what I'm saying? So slocks can cut me off, right? But that's the thing. And you get to our generation, you know, ain't no fun if the homies can't have none, right? And then we look at the kids now and we see how it's even worse. You know, I go over this the last week. I'm going over all these statistics about, you know, sexual health and things like that. And what we're going to get into now. Just talking to the wave and what the wave that kids are on now with over medicating on and self-medicating on drugs. We've seen a rash of kids and young artists dying. We've seen our artists be killed by violence. We've seen the new wave of young artists be killed by themselves, be killed by their demons. When you look at our parents' generation, their artists were killed by their demons because they're just bottling shit up because they can't express things. They didn't know how to communicate that, so they just self-medicated, right? And then we come to this new generation where it's, you know, they've been so overly exposed and over-medicated, the drugs are normal to them. you know. So hearing that something has fentanyl in it doesn't scare them, right? Hearing that I can go do an opioid, I can go get lean, and it could be cut with fentanyl, and I'm not scared of that, right?
That's crazy.
That should be scary, right?
Yeah.
Well, when you have a new Narcan resistant drug called Tranq that is literally turning people into zombies, right? This is all over the news right now. It's called Tranq. It is Narcan resistant, meaning you dying.
Yeah, we can't even bring you back.
That's it. And people are going into a state of zombification, exactly like the zombies from The Last of Us, where they are not in control of their bodies and their minds are completely shut down and they are gone. So it's like being brain dead.
I seen it in Philly.
Yeah.
I went to get my hair done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing, right? And we see all this drug shit. We see alcohol and drug use rise in 24 to 40-year-olds. And, you know, I talk about my alcohol use during my time in the military. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous, you know, and I talked to my friends about their alcohol use, you know, and I know when I stopped and I quit the Navy, that's when I quit drinking for the most part. And, you know, I picked up the marijuana, the flower, right? But even that, you know, you can abuse that because that could be a gateway drug if that high is not enough for you, you know, if you abuse that. And that's something else to think about. And it's like, well, what the fuck kind of example are we setting? Because I'm going to be honest, man, I never got to talk about drugs. I had plenty of examples for what not to do.
Oh, yeah. That we didn't get
you had the dare, right?
Yeah, just
drug
say
and
no.
alcohol resistance education. Shit. Don't say no to Ninja Turtles. You know, drug dealers are dorks. You know, get a pizza. You know,
this is your brain on drugs.
This is your brain on drugs. We had that shit, right? But who from the community said, yo, don't do this shit, man. This shit'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
None that I can remember.
Because we saw family fucking dying from it.
Yeah.
But nobody said, hey, man, don't do this shit. It will fuck you up.
Trying to think back. I'm legitimately trying to think back.
And then I'm going to tell you right now, the other issue that we have in our community, accountability. We don't treat those people that are fucked up like they're fucked up. We just sweep them under the rug.
They just going through something right now.
Yeah, he got a problem. Don't leave your wallet out.
Yeah. You know, how many times you going to let them steal the TV? Yeah. Right? That's the thing. And so, and I know having family go through that, nobody ever said, yo, don't do heroin because you'll end up like that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Nobody said, don't do crack because you'll end up sucking dick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like nobody said, like, don't fucking do PCP because a nigga will fuck you in the ass in jail. You know what I'm saying? And you'll get AIDS and die because it's the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Nobody said that shit. I'm telling you now, hey, if you do heroin, you will die because it's cut with fentanyl. If you do any designer drug, you will die. If you buy cocaine and it's not from Colombia because you got it on the plane yourself, it's probably cut with fentanyl. And that's what they're seeing now, fucking THC products over the counter. So shit that's not from dispensaries is being cut with fentanyl now.
Fentanyl? God damn.
Yep. And the reason is, and it's not because it's being cut with the fentanyl, it's because those same places that are making these THC products are also making these fentanyl containing products because it's all being made in the same factories. This is the same reason why when you buy supplements and an athlete pops for a steroid, when he buys a legit supplement, it's because that supplement is made in the same factory as the steroid. So and there's a trace amount of that shit allowed to be in that supplement because we know it's made in the same factory. However, with drugs, you can't have a trace amount of fentanyl in the system because that trace amount can fucking kill you.
Yeah.
And now we got Narcan resistant drugs. We got drug use on the rise. We got all of our celebrities on drugs, dying from drugs, people still saying, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. You got Kodak Black getting a presidential pardon, failing a drug test. And then them saying that it was a handling error. The judge says, hey, well, can I get a hair sample? He says, oh, I'll go to rehab.
Mm.
You know, and to me, what's stopping us from having the conversation, the real conversation with the youth, and saying, yo, don't do this shit, because you'll end up like that motherfucker right there, right? And we always have the guy that gets out of jail, right? And he gets his life together, and we have him go speak to the kids, right?
Mhm.
Where the fuck is Tyrone Biggums, right? I can tell you, Tyrone Biggums is dead. So we have to be real about that, right? So our family members that are fucked up or whatever, we got to be like, yo, little fucking, little Raheem, bro.
Don't
Don't
do
be
that.
like Uncle Craig.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because Craig had to suck dick in jail. You know what I'm saying? And being honest about it, right?
Yeah.
And talking about it, and the saying, like, and de-glamorizing the shit. It maybe it's me because I'm a parent now, and I'm, I don't know, but I've always been anti-drug. That's just me. I say that like I didn't fucking sell cigarettes dipped in fucking embalming fluid, bro. Yeah.
As the guy that's smoking weed right now.
Weed is not a drug. Weed is from the earth. It's put here by
What?
God himself.
Says
I
the
can
smoker.
put a seed in the ground and harvest it the same way I can an apple. That's not a drug. That's medicine, But yeah,
Friday.
yeah, I'm quoting the FDA, dog. That's what I'm quoting, the Food and Drug Administration. Shit.
Smoky.
I put weed here to smoke it.
Yeah, but that's the thing, man, because it's like, yo, like, how do we frame the cut? Because let me ask you a question, man. Have you talked to your sons about drugs?
Fuck yeah.
What have you told them?
Don't do that shit. Don't do this shit. I went as far as to not allow Nate to have a drink because he wasn't 21. I said, no, you ain't old enough to make this fucking decision yet. Not in my presence. Alcohol's a drug.
That's like saying you can't finger the stripper because I'm here.
Nope, not like that.
Oh, wow.
If we were both in the strip club,
he's still going to the strip club, dog.
Yeah, but so I told him my reasoning. I gave him my reasoning.
So I'm Nate.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the drug and alcohol talk. I know I'm putting you on the spot.
I'm not worried about that shit, because it happened. I said we were at the fucking hibachi restaurant and shit.
All right, so the hibachi guy's trying to squirt the sake in my mouth, and you don't say you don't say stop, son. That's sus. You say stop, son. You're not 21. That's where you draw the line. He's like this. You're like, no, you're not 21.
You're not 21. No, I didn't do that. No, we were ordering drinks. And me and Kwame ordered a sake. I think I ordered a sake. And then Nate was trying to order one. I said, nah, I know there's certain things with you right now that you can't have that. And I'm not going to have you do that. Right now, you're not of age, this and the other. And if something happens, your mama going to be in my ass because I didn't do the right thing. So, no.
I'm not your friend. I'm your father.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what you do when I'm not around, but while you with me, we going to adhere to certain rules and regulations. Become a big boy, you can do big boy shit. But until then, that's how I played it.
Okay, but you know he's drinking though.
Yeah, but
how do you tell him how to drink though? That's the question. Because that's what I mean, bro. Because nigga, we were drinking at 15, 16, 12, nigga, right? So
you were. I wasn't.
Why do you lie on this podcast?
I had little sips of grandma's beer.
I watched you get drunk and fucking go sit butt naked on Paul Crenshaw's mom's lap.
Correct.
It was you, Dad. I learned it from watching you.
Respect.
It's fucking Harvey Weinstein over here. Fucking Calvin CK.
I forgot about that.
Bro, how you fucking just watch Cyborg and get horny watching Jean-Claude Van Damme at 9 years old, dog? It's like, yo, I'm trying to power up my own Android.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But no, so
right.
what's the thing, right? It's like, and here's, it's like when we have the sex talk, right? It's like, I don't want you to have sex till you're married. No, nigga, I know you fucking, right? So
just do it the right way.
No, don't do it the right way. No,
if you already know he's doing it.
All right, Calvin. You're my bastard son that's out there, my Filipino son, right? TJ.
Hey, Papa.
TJ Jr. Papa, Papi.
Papa.
I'm sorry I abandoned you. All right, your mom did let me claim you. I tried to get you citizenship. However, now you're almost a man, so I got to teach you how to operate out in the streets. I know you're not 21, but I know you're out here drinking. All right, you got that heart of Pacquiao in you, and you got me in you as well, man. So I got to equip you. So if you are going to drink, all right, you pour your own drink. You never let anybody else pour your drink. You do not provide any other alcohol to anybody else. All right. You do not give any alcohol to women. If women are intoxicated, you get the fuck out of there. You only drink around women if motherfucking adults are around, adult women, never just the men. All right. So a quinceañera, motherfucker, that's what you're doing. All right. Because you have Filipino, Spanish culture. I'm still in character. Right. So that's the thing, man. I need you to pay attention, Eho. So I know you're out here smoking weed just like Poppy. All right. So if you're going to smoke weed, you get it from me, right? Or you get it from the dispensary. You don't buy any weed from no secondhand. You don't get no fucking pocket weed, no butthole weed, nothing like that, because you don't know where it comes from. All right. Shit could be anything. All right. You don't smoke with anybody you don't know. You don't pass blunts because you can get herpes like that. And there's no cure for that, son. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you get that, there's a dating site just for you. You know what I'm saying? Just for you. It's called Bump Bump Bump. But no, son, I care about you, man. I don't want your fucking face looking like a goddamn Star Crunch. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. And so if you're going to do drugs, don't do them at all. Only do what comes from the ground. So you can smoke weed. You can smoke peyote because you're part Native American. That's what our grandfathers and our ancestors smoked. That's also approved by the FDA. All right. So if you want to do LSD, you can get it approved by a doctor, do it under the supervision of a psychiatrist.
Fucking microdose.
Do it with daddy, right? If you want to do shrooms, let's go to the dispensary. You can do it as well. However, if you do a drug made by a man, all right, there's one thing that we do well is we make weapons. All right. And manufactured drugs are a form of population control because you are choosing to kill yourself. So why do I have to give you a gun when I can give you a drug that you're going to pay me for over and over and over again? So just get a gun and shoot yourself. That's what I'm going to tell my son. If you decide to do a hardcore drug, get a gun and fucking shoot yourself. The end. That's my drug speech.
Okay, yeah. I mean, and that's one way to put it.
Very interesting.
And I'm also be like, don't be like Uncle such and such and this person and that person, because their whole shit is fucked up. And I'm gonna pull up all the mug shots and all that kind of shit. And I'm gonna show them all the Booty Warrior videos, all that kind of shit.
All that
shit. What I'm
saying?
Yeah, but that's the thing, because me, it's like, yo, the same way.
That's my thing about. I will be straight with them. I ain't sugarcoating shit. Can't do that. We've seen too much to sugarcoat.
Yeah, because my whole thing is like, man, I know what I was doing at 16, bro. Coming in the house drunk as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Out there wilding, doing mad, just stupid hood rat shit. And let me tell you, man, if a motherfucker would have pulled me aside and said, hey, yo, your grandfather's an alcoholic, stop drinking, I might have stopped. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
That's really what it took for me to stop, was to be like, yo, I come from a family of alcoholics. If I don't stop, I'm going to die at 64, just like he did. Meaning I'm not going to see my daughter get married, right? And I'm like, I want to be around for that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole shit. That's a true story. Like, and that's as real as you can make it, right? But people ain't trying to air shit out like that. Like, oh man, you know, we got some shit. You know,
Yeah.
Right.
niggas is
see, a lot
bipolar in the
of that,
family.
a lot of that, I think, comes from families that teach by experience, because a lot of parents believe, well, I'll be a hypocrite if I know I'm an alcoholic, but I'm telling my child not to drink. You understand what I'm saying? So in our era, I think that a lot of our life experiences was enough for us not to do certain things.
It wasn't though.
Yeah.
It wasn't
When you
though.
were under, yeah,
Maybe
but
us, the few that, because we got to remember the exception, right? And so if you look at just the trends in society, it's all trending up. It's all alcohol, drug use, fucking STDs, all type of wild shit. Like, why are more people getting HIV now than 10 years ago? Because they're acting more motherfucking reckless. Because at least, you know, we had the shit where it was like, where you got scared to have sex. It was like, yo, here's a bunch of STDs. Now it's like, here's how to put a condom on. Here's how to get consent. Here's how to do this. Here's how to do that. But nobody's saying, yo, you're going to get a girl pregnant and your fucking life is going to be over.
Yeah.
Like, you are going to want to kill yourself.
But that's the thing, though. If you get a girl pregnant, is your life over? No, it's not. Your life is going to change, but it's not over.
No,
it's definitely going to change.
That is not the truth. That's not the truth. That's not the truth. That is a lie. That is a lie. Your life is over.
Your life as you know it is over.
Your life is over.
Your life as you know it
is now about the life of that other person who did not ask to be here. That is your life now. So the whole little dumb shit you had, your life is over. That's why I used to always compare having a kid to committing suicide. And motherfuckers thought I was joking. I'm like, no, because the whole life you had before that stops. And you got to dedicate everything to this little motherfucker right now that you don't know, and they didn't ask to be here. And if you do anything else besides commit to this person, you're fucking up. Because I look at shit very black and white, very binary, ones and zeros. Yeah. So for me, it's like,
it's not always binary,
or be a dirtbag. You know
it's not though, and that's why I have to disagree with you.
Oh, no.
Just like with the same thing with government regulating, you know, taking your kids to see, you know, drag queens and stuff like that. You cannot regulate certain things. One thing you cannot teach your kids as well is life lessons. That's something that you just can't teach them. That's not something that you read in a book.
You can share those lessons with them. You can tell them lessons. And so my thing is, we have to share those lessons. And so when I say like
but
the
if
ones
you
and
see it
zeros
with
and
your
binary,
own eyes, what am I sharing with you if you're seeing what I'm seeing? That's what I'm saying. My mother was a drug addict and my father was an alcoholic all my life. I watched family violence. My father literally put my mother's head
and
over
you did. And so I'm saying, okay, so for the next generation,
fire on the stove.
And so what I'm saying, for the next generation, are we sharing that experience with them as opposed to the normal birds and the bees talk? Are we telling them, hey, this is why you need to do things the right way? Because when you put a young girl in this situation and you're a young guy, you often don't have the family support or the structure in order to raise a kid in the right situations. So what you're going to do is literally put yourself at a 10-year disadvantage, right? And that's what you're going to do. And breaking it down is like, yo, you're going to fuck yourself. Right?
No,
and it's gonna set you back where you could.
So what I mean is like, it's not a death sentence, but
you're not mentally ready for that.
Yeah, so
you're not mentally ready for a child. So it's the way you explain it. Because listen, my guys are 20 and 24. I've been talking to my guys about sex since they hit middle school. And I didn't even know if they hit puberty yet. That wasn't even my thing, because I got pregnant in middle school. You understand what I'm saying? So me and my personal experiences, I talk to my children about sex from rip. I've always been honest with my kids. I'm a realist. Yeah. So I thought that it was important to talk to them about sex at 12 and 13 years old, because these are the ages that these new kids are having.
Because you took your experience and then you applied it to your parenting, and that's what I'm talking about. And so I'm like, all right, you took your experience and say, yo, I went through this shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. And you had the shit that your parents went through. So you're able to parlay all of that into a relevant, teachable life lesson. And that's what I'm talking about, is taking that experience and sharing it.
Yeah, but not only that though, Torian, I taught them something that my parents didn't teach me. And that was the reason why I got pregnant at 14 years old. because when I got my cycle for the first time, I had my menstrual cycle when I was 9 years old. My mother never told me that I could get pregnant. That's one thing that my parents never discussed. They never talked about sex. They never talked about drugs. They never talked about the consequences to your actions, which in turn is accountability. So one thing that I chose to teach my guys was accountability. If you do this, then you can expect this or worse. You understand? So I gave them an option always. I always told them, listen, from my experience, this is what's going to happen. If you still want to do it, have at it. That's the way I teach them. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not with my kids 24/7. More parents need to be real with these kids, and these kids wouldn't be so dumb in these streets. You wouldn't have 11-year-olds with guns at their waist sides. You wouldn't have 6-year-olds shooting their teachers. Like, you wouldn't have stuff like that if more parents would be real with these dumb kids. And that's what you have to call them, because at the end of the day, these kids do not hold the mental capacity to know right from wrong up to a certain point. You understand what I'm saying? If they see you toting guns, they think it's okay.
It's okay.
You know what I'm saying? So if my 11-year-old walks past me with a gun and I don't say anything to him, okay, I'm going to keep doing it, and it's going to escalate to something real. You need more parents out here to be parents, period. That's point blank. You know what I'm saying? Tell them, let them know the consequences have action. And that's what I've always taught my guys. Now, I'm 39 with a 20-year-old and a 24-year-old, and my guys do not have children. They don't have children, because I told them, I said, not only that I'm not ready to be a grandmother, but at this point, it's not about me. It's about them, because, you know, if you can understand yourself, and it's very important at a younger age to know yourself. At 16, Torian, I'm sure you was out there in the streets, but at the same time, you were real about your limits. Exactly. When you're real with yourself and you know your limits and you know how far to push yourself, then you're good. But in any aspect of life or roads you choose to go down, but it's the kids that are not honest with themselves, and they let their peers become pressure.
Yes.
They let their peers become pressure. Okay? Because they're not honest with themselves. It don't matter how many times somebody shove a cigarette in your face. If you really don't want to smoke, you're going to get upset. You're going to break every cigarette, and you're going to say, I said no, I'm not doing that. You understand what I'm saying? But when younger kids with younger minds that are not leaders, they're more so soldiers than leaders, they're going to follow peers that become pressure.
Exactly.
So the thing that you combat that with, that we've gotten away from, is fucking fear. Fear is so great. You know why I love fear? Because my co-parent can call the phone when my daughter's cutting up and put me on FaceTime, and she straightens the fuck up, because fear is so valuable. Because you have to know that the consequences remain the same, and they're worse if you conduct yourself a certain way when I'm not around. So it's not just about how you act when I'm around, it's how you're going to act when I'm not around, because I know you're going to do this shit. So if you're going to do it, I need you to do this shit so you can be fucking responsible, be safe, and so I can see you the next day, you know. So that's why it's like the same thing, you know. It's like, bro, coming into the military, Calvin, coming into the military, Calvin, coming into the military. One more time. Calvin, coming into the military. Were there certain talks that people should have had with you regarding your dick discipline in the military?
Yes.
Did anybody with prior military experience give you one iota of guidance regarding your dick discipline going into the military?
No.
Okay. Were they a good resource to you? Can you look? Well, no. Looking back at it now, can you say, "Yo,
that's serious"? Yeah, somebody. I mean, because one, I was a late bloomer, so I'm trying to touch everything once I get into this big pond. And then
think about it, right? Because you have people that could have gave the guidance.
Yeah.
And they just said no. They just said, nah, fuck him. Let him figure it out on his own. because
not
we had
even
to.
that. It was the total opposite. Is
or come be a fucking knucklehead like us.
Yeah, it's a pond full of fish out here. We trying
Which
to hit
is
every
worse.
one of them.
Which is worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and it's like, because now you're in a position now, and it's like, all right, well, what are you doing? Are you teaching the same culture? Or are you teaching the new culture?
No, hell no. I'm the OG in the shop. I'm the oldest motherfucker in that shop.
No, I got that. And so now it's like you got the young guys now, or not even the young guys in the military, because fuck it, it's too late. Now you got the young guys thinking about going to the military, the family, friends, things like that, or the kids that are getting new to the careers, going into college, things like that. And it's like, yo, listen, I know you're going to be out here. You're going to want to stick and move. But here is what's going to happen.
Yes.
Is that if you get a girl pregnant in college, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to college anymore. Shorty can't eat no books. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and watch Belly. You know what I'm saying? You know, Shorty can't eat no books. All right. You just shit like that. Like I hope you I hope you like diapers, bro.
You know what was the damn, I was fucking I'm at Kentucky. So this might have been like year 15 or so, and I'm the supervisor, and they said, hey, we need everybody's LES, we need everybody's statement of pay. And I grabbed my I had my shit, and I grabbed my single E6's statement of pay, and this motherfucker is single, he ain't got no kids, and I said, god damn, you making that much? Because as an E6, I already got a crew, and my shit is going to support. And I'm like, holy fuck. If I only would have known, I'd be better off right now to be able to do more things. You know, I love them all, but trajectory is changed. You get set back financially, educationally, blasely, and I'm looking at this motherfucker bringing in
suicide, bro.
I'm like, but like you said, if only you would have known.
Yeah, and it's not even, and then I can't even fault that, because at that time I'm fucking year 15 or so, but I know at 18, 19, 20, you kind of know in the back of your head it's just not being reinforced. And then you out with a bunch of motherfuckers.
I was reinforcing it. I told my kids I was reinforcing it every single day, because I raised athletes. My guys were very popular.
Sadira.
Very popular.
Sadira's over there booed up and shit. Sadira, I got a question for you.
Booed up.
Sadira, have you given Faith the drug talk yet? Have you given Faith the drug talk yet?
No.
How old is your daughter?
11.
11. The drugs is out there.
Yeah. Stay in the house.
What are you waiting on?
Don't touch mommy's gummies in this cabinet.
I love it.
No, I think. But she's also responsible enough to know not to touch it. Or
is she responsible enough to know that she needs to come and tell you or tell another adult when other kids? Does she know that she needs to come be a snitch?
Oh, when they
is she empowered? Does she know that she needs to come tell an adult and do the right fucking thing and tell when other kids are doing drugs?
I think she would, without being told.
Have you told her that if this happens, if your friends are doing drugs, you need to tell me, because this is what's going to happen?
No, but I think she knows enough.
How would she know? She's 11 years old.
Because she's responsible.
How would she know? She's 11 years old. She does not know the long-term ramifications of drug use. She doesn't know the trajectory. She doesn't have your experience. Yeah. You got friends that did drugs. You got family that did drugs. She can't go to an R-rated movie. She don't know.
She can go if I take her.
Come on, man.
Oh, shit.
Okay, don't turn into Calvin on last week's podcast. My house, my rules. You know,
I got a lot of support out there, just so you know, too.
My drugs, you can learn on your own. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I've let her taste wine. I've let her taste beer.
That's different. That's in front of you.
Right.
Controlled environment.
So it's about
Yeah.
what happens behind you. It's because the thing
But that's
is
what I'm
like,
saying, because
do
we're
you want
open.
do you want
No,
her
I'm
to be around
saying
other kids that use drugs?
no. Well, no.
So then she needs to be able to come tell you these motherfuckers are doing drugs.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Because of our openness, she's the type that she will come tell me just because.
Okay.
So if she's
So she
feeling
a natural born
uncomfortable,
snitch.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you good.
So-
Then raise the right.
Yeah.
That's
I
what I'm.
like-
We'll just say. Just say
we
you got
have
Charleston
that,
White.
we have that
Oh, shit.
open relationship. So if something is going wrong
Faith
or whatever,
already
she's
snitching.
comfortable enough to come
Jesus
say
Christ.
something. It's not snitching.
It reminds me of the It reminds me of
No,
how-
that's doing the right thing.
yeah. No. What I was about
No,
to say. It
I'm just trying to make
reminds
sure
me of-
that she's in, because let me tell you,
she's
I didn't
empowered.
get that. I didn't get that snitch talk, Sadira. I didn't get that empowered talk. I didn't get that come tell us when something's fucking wrong so we can do something about it. You know what I'm saying? Because there were situations where I probably should have fucking said something. Because you look back now and it's like, damn, that nigga's doing crack now. You know what I'm saying? It's like you seen The Wire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We seen
Bubbles.
niggas we seen niggas be dookie.
Yeah.
And then be dookie. And it's like, fuck, if I would have told an adult, they could have stepped in.
I guess I'm a different type of parent because I just feel like you can't pick your kids' friends. You just can't. Because the more you tell them to stay away from that person, they're gonna want to hang
They're
around.
gonna
that
gravitate
person.
towards them anyway.
Exactly.
You can,
Exactly.
but one thing
Kids
I
rebel.
tell,
Kids rebel.
one thing I
That's
tell
true.
Faith is, because she got her little friends and she likes to FaceTime and they have their little group chats and all this other stuff. And every so often, I'll be on the receiving end of a conversation and they're texting back and forth and getting upset. And mommy, she said this to me and blah, blah, blah. I said, well, Faith, if you don't like what they say, you don't have to be their friend. I said, friends don't treat you like that.
Mm-hmm.
Friends don't say those things. Friends
Mhm.
don't behave this way. You don't have to be
Man.
their friend. You can cut them off.
You should let Faith watch WWE, because that's just what Sami Zayn said to the fucking Bloodline last week on SmackDown when he said family doesn't test you at every fucking turn and try to manipulate you like they did to you, Jey Uso, every fucking year. Yo, I fuck with wrestling, man. Shout out to my boy Bone.
Heavy.
Still in the closet with that shit. But
yeah, that's one thing that I always taught my kids. You have options.
to watch wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what
But
I'm.
no,
Well,
that's the
what I'm
thing.
trying.
So Sadira, I love that because I never heard that.
Even if she goes to a friend's house and say a friend comes here, right? And when I say, if mommy, can I go to so and so's house? Okay. When you go over there, make sure you behave. If y'all playing, make sure you help them clean up. Don't leave no messes. Blah blah blah. Same goes for here. You got a friend come over here and they tear up your room, and it's time to go, and they don't help
Make
you
them
clean up.
motherfuckers clean up.
They ain't coming back.
Mhm.
They not
And
coming.
that's just respect.
back.
That's just respect.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
good. That's good.
So no, I don't play that. Absolutely not, because
'Cause
I'm raising her a certain way and I have a standard. So if your child comes to my house, I got a standard here too. You ain't got to come back. So
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
if she
'cause-
want them to come back, then she gonna say, "Hey, I need you to help me clean this shit up," or "Mama ain't
Right.
letting come
Yeah.
back."
Because let me ask you a question, Calvin.
Yeah.
Do you think there should have been some governmental intervention on the type of friends you had growing up,
On the type of friends I had,
or some parental intervention on the type of friends you had growing up? Should Bruce have stepped in like, yo, you shouldn't be hanging around such and such?
I look back at all the crew, and I think I'm trying to. Well, me personally,
Be honest, motherfucker.
I am. I'm being honest. All the motherfuckers. I only think I had one that tried to get me to break into a fucking house.
Oh.
Other
Dog,
than that,
I remember breaking into a house with you, dog. To join
I
the
know.
gang
That's
called
what
the
I'm
Spiders.
saying. My man had us breaking into the garage.
No. I'm talking about beyond that, dog, into your teenage years based on the trajectory of everybody and shit like that. So look at high school, right? Motherfuckers going to high school, not the kid shit, dog. We go to high school, 15, 16, 17, 18. You hanging out with whatever. You might have been different because you weren't even at the house, bro.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I was at the house. That's the thing.
When did you leave?
I left when I was 17, my
17?
last 17, my
So
last
the
year.
senior year? Okay, so we still
My
have some
senior
time.
year. Yeah.
Okay, so 16, 17, 18, 15. Okay,
They-
so at that time, did you have any people looking back now that your parents should have stepped in and said, yo, get the fuck away from that dude? Not that you would have listened, because we don't listen. All right. Alene's 100% right. If you tell me don't touch that doorknob, I'm licking that doorknob.
No, that's where that is where I give them. That's where I give Bruce the props.
Do you tell this person like, yo, this? Because I'm like, yo, tell him he's a fucking wingding. That's me.
I might hang. I got friends of all fucking. I got wingding motherfuckers. The one thing that they did say was, don't be a follower. They didn't say don't hang around because they can't tell me who to pick and be my friends. They said don't be a father. They said, yo, I'm the oldest. So not only do I have to look out for you, I got to look out for Dira. I got to get your asses home from school. I got to get all that shit done before I can go do what I want to do. So they said, yo, you go the oldest, you're a fucking leader. Don't go out here and follow behind these dumb motherfuckers. Period.
You did a horrible job setting the example for walking people home.
No, I rolled y'all motherfuckers on bicycles to get y'all asses home.
Sadira knows what I'm talking about.
But did you leave us on the corner or take us all the way?
Hold on, y'all telling me shit out also exclusive? Is this some exclusive shit?
We've told the story multiple times.
About me leaving Sadira at Sunbeams.
Horrible.
Well, I can set the example. You ain't gonna have to follow it though.
Yeah, I ain't gonna follow it.
Yeah, nah.
But you gotta tell me why you're setting the example, right?
Yeah,
and so it's
I did a horrible job at that.
Yeah, and so it's like, so Bruce has to tell me, right? Or you got to tell me, yo, don't leave your daughter because someone will fucking kidnap her and you'll never see her again. If a nigga says, yo, if you don't walk your sister and wait for her, she'll turn into Kiana D's. Rest in peace, Kiana D's, right?
I just
if a nigga doesn't say that to me as an 11-year-old, I'm not gonna understand that, right?
Yo, because I said so doesn't work.
Yeah, because I said so doesn't work.
Well, I know because I said so doesn't work, but you know what does work? Consequences for not doing said actions works.
But it grows.
But you have they have to know accountability. They have to know the consequence. They gotta know the consequences.
11-year-old kid. I don't know.
So how Alene is like, yo, she's explaining this shit at that early age. They grow into they learn it, you know what I'm saying? And so and that's what it is. So as an 11-year-old,
that you gave
I gotta be told, yo, walk your sister all the way home, or she's gonna get kidnapped and you'll never see her. Like when I explain shit to Teba, when I'm like, yo, don't run in a parking lot, I'm like, yo, don't run in a parking lot because a car is gonna hit you and I'm never gonna see you again. I'm like, you're gonna die and I'm never gonna see you again. I'm like, you don't understand it now, but you're gonna die and daddy's gonna be sad. And she gets sad. And I'm like, yo, and she sees me get sad when I say this. She's like, daddy cry. I'm like, yo, I'm getting sad now talking about it, bro. Like, and she sees me get sad saying this. I'm like, and I tell her black and white, like, yo, don't do this. You're going to get hurt. I'm like, yo, don't fuck around with the goddamn fire. Don't play with the guy. I'm like, because you're going to die. And I'm going to be sad.
She'll listen to you now because she's 2. But
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So she's older as well.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, man. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What's stopping us from telling our kids, don't do drugs because you're going to die and I'm going to be sad?
Nothing.
Because that's what happens.
Because that's that. And to be honest with you, that's really the bottom line. Not that it'll change the trajectory. Not only will it change the trajectory, but you're going to.
And that's black and white. That's very binary.
I can see that.
Yeah, but it's just like you said. It definitely lessens your lifespan.
Yeah, and for me, it's like I have to get a motherfucker told me I was autistic. I've been told that plenty of times, right? But for me to interpret data, I have to get shit like I take it worst case scenario, right? Because I depersonalize everything, I compartmentalize shit, and I analyze it. And I'm like, okay, like risk management, risk aversion, worst case scenario, and that's how we play.
Damn, you just can't be thorough or deep-minded. You got to be autistic. God damn.
Nah, well, I take the worst case scenario is I'm autistic. I'm Rain Man.
Jeez.
You know what I'm saying?
Say
So
Rain Man. Let's
best
take this
case scenario
motherfucker
is
to
I'm
Vegas.
Elon Musk. Both motherfuckers autistic. You know what I'm saying? So you know, but I'm like, you know, but I'm like, all right, here's the deal, right? And so I look at the shit like that, man. But it's like people just don't frame it that way, and that's really what it is. It's like, yo, and it's like even like with sex, bro, it's like, yo, the reason why I don't want you to have sex is because you're going to lose your innocence, and life is going to get so fucking complicated. And it's never going to be the same, and it's never going to be fun again. You're never going to have fun again. Life is never going to be fun. It's just going to be life, and you'll have moments of fun.
Yeah, your examples is funny because I told my son one time, my oldest son, he was talking to multiple girls at the same time. And I said, I hope you have a strong face.
Yeah.
So he was like, what do you mean? I said, because you're going to get slapped more than a few times. I hope you have a strong face.
Yo,
you playing with people's emotions, that's something different. Like, I hope you have a strong face. That's what I told him.
Yo,
every action has consequences.
Let me tell you, isn't your son's name is Nas, right?
Yeah, my youngest. Yep.
The youngest one's name is Nas. So let me tell you, it's Nas, right? So Nas, the rapper, Nas has a song called Pussy Kills, right? It's on the Godson album, bonus disc called Pussy Kills. Listen to the song. Opening line is called Pussy Killed Me When I Was Born. And you know what I'm saying? And we don't understand it, right? But as soon as we're birthed, we die, right? And we're just dying, right? However, we're innocent, right? So we're still fucking pure. We're still fun. Life is still great. And I'm telling you right now, man, as soon as you have sex, it's not fun anymore. Because life was all about getting that. That became the first drug. That was the first drug. For me, that was the first drug before I even had it, because I was conditioned that I needed to get it. And I didn't know why I needed to get it, but I knew it because a bunch of motherfuckers said I needed to do it. And that was the status quo, right? And so I got to get this shit. I get it. It's great. And then it's a drug, but I don't understand any of the consequences. I got all these examples of me. I'm the child of a teen mom. No one said, don't be like me, because my life was fucking hard. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo.
Oh, I preach that.
You know, and so you
I came to that conclusion
example,
myself.
I mean, I realized that, but goddamn, you know, but even as a guy, you don't understand. Let me tell you something, man. As a guy, you don't understand the mental ramifications of an abortion. You know what I'm saying? So when I was in high school, long story short, a girl I was dealing with may or may not have had an abortion. She had an abortion, may or may not have been my kid, may have been another motherfucker's kid. Probably was his. Probably was mine. Either way, we don't know. What we do know, she had an abortion, right? Niggas go through it too, because you might have wanted a kid. You know what I'm saying? You might be pro-life. You know what I'm saying? You might think that as a guy, you should have some fucking say in this if you're gonna be paying for this motherfucker, or for niggas trying to kill you over this shit, right? And then when you go through women getting pregnant, not me, right? But you go through women getting pregnant and just having abortions, right? That does something to you. That desensitizes you towards life, towards kids. You don't even look at kids like kids. You look at kids like a fucking tumor. You know what I'm saying? And now this is me, how I looked at children until I had a kid. And anybody that knows me will 100% agree with this. I looked at kids like a fucking tumor. So if the kid wasn't related to me, I didn't interact with it. And if the kid was related to me, I probably did interact with it. But if you're out of my sight, I don't fucking know you exist, right? And it's only until I became a kid that I became a parent that I realized I was a horrible uncle and relative, period, right? But it's because I have been desensitized towards children my entire life, because in my head, I'm an abandoned child, right? And I see other boys and girls and kids like me abandoned by fucking adults, right? And then you get a girl pregnant, she just has an abortion. You see other kids get pregnant, they just have abortions. You're in the military, everybody's having abortions. Shit's is free, right? And everybody's just saying, have more abortions, have more abortions. Yeah. So you really get on some, yo, these niggas is tumors. You know what I'm saying? Cut them out, flush them out, right? Mm-hmm. And that was my mentality, man, towards kids. But that's not right. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I was conditioned. And so that's why it's like, yo, I gotta fucking, you know, correct the wrongs. At any point, dog, somebody could have said, yo, here's why you want to wait to have sex, right? Not some fucking teacher, just a parent or relative. And it's not like because you're in love, it's because it kind of makes shit hard as fuck, dog. And shit video games aren't fun anymore. And football isn't fun. And your boys become competition. And niggas fuck niggas girls. And that shit sucks. You know what I'm saying? And your girl's gonna fuck somebody else. And that shit sucks. Oh. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna fuck somebody's girl. And that shit's gonna suck. And he's gonna fight you over that shit. And you're gonna probably get your ass whooped. Because you're a lover, not a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, yo, why?
You
I'm
just
like,
had your whole life flash.
Well, I was about to say he need a diary or something. Like, I don't know what's going on right now.
Yo, let me tell you, I've lived a million lifetimes, man. Like when I tell you when I tell you I'm fucking Kang the Conqueror, like that movie's about me. He who remains. Like, yo, I'm dead fucking serious because like if people that know me from high school beyond, they have this one idea. Folks that knew me for the first 10 years in the military know me as something else. The other 10 years know me as something else. Folks know why. So there's a bunch of different, you know, no one is one thing. Everybody's multifaceted, you know, and it's, you know,
right. And that's why I always tell people that kids they come in stages, okay? And of course, I call kids the innocent. And I get upset when kids are abused or in any type of way, mental, physically, or emotionally, because they are innocent. They don't know any better. They only know what they're taught. Behavior is taught. Everything with kids is taught. They're a sponge. Mm-hmm. So, and like you said, every 10 years, you're a different person. Yes, because every 10 years, your brain grows.
Exactly.
A different part of your brain opens up and you become a different person mentally. So with that, it's supposed to change you as a person as well as your body changes as well. So that's why I used to tell my guys, because they're not kids anymore, so I don't call them my kids really, I call them my guys, because at a certain point you transition as well with your kids from being their parent to being that mentor. That guidance is what they need. They don't need you to parent them at some point.
Yeah.
They need your guidance.
Respect.
Exactly. And with that being said, we're going to roll into the next joint. Mixed messages, big crit. Because it rolls right off of your segue. Right off of your segue.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I got a whole lot of mixed messages in my songs. Am I wrong to feel this way? I got a whole lot of mixed messages in my songs. Am I wrong to feel this way? Revolutionary, although I'm free, I got me a lover, but I still wanna cheat, wanna be saved, but it's fuck the police, don't wanna be here, but I'm too scared to leave. I got a whole lot of mixed messages in my songs. Am I wrong to feel this way? I got a whole lot of mixed messages in my songs. Am I wrong to feel this way? Revolutionary, although I'm free, I got me a lover, but I still wanna cheat, wanna be saved, but it's fuck the police, don't wanna be here, but I'm too scared to leave. So I'm too scared to leave. I got a whole lot of, I'm too scared to leave. I got a whole lot of mixed messages. I'm too scared to live. Yeah. I love her and I hate her at the same time. I'm whack and I'm dope in the same rhyme. I'm dull but I'm gloss in the same shine. It's confusing on a sunny day. I never really liked all the fake shit, but I'm attracted to the fake ass and fake tits. That's why I made a song like Original to remind me of what fake is. I wanna be rich, but I'm giving back. I love her like none other, but don't get attached. Screaming peace over beats, but I grab the strap. I help you make a meal, but I got a cap. It's still fuck you, but I give you dap. I really wanna sing, but I better rap. God on my line after all, but I ain't pick up when he called. Matter of fact, I ain't pick up at all, cause my bills paid now. Although I'm free, I got me a lover, but I still wanna cheat, wanna be saved, but it's fuck the police, don't wanna be here, but I'm too scared to leave. I got a whole lot of mixed messages.
Yeah, and so if you happen to be tuned into the video version of this on Spotify, YouTube, then you will see the infographic that I have pulled up. Yeah, which is covering some mental health statistics in men. Let me go ahead and remove this. You guys should be able to see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wait, that song sound like a teen theme song.
Nah, that's from Big Crit, man. Mixed messages, man. You know, I've been a fan of Big Crit for the longest, man. First song I heard from him was Booby Miles. I was driving my Honda
Booby
Civic.
Miles from whatchamacallit, the football joint?
Yeah. That was the name of the song. Yeah, and I was listening to Shady 45. I was in my Honda Civic, recruiting at the time, and the shit came on Shady 45. Sway in the Morning played it, and I was like, yo, this motherfucker's nice. And he's been nice ever since. But yeah, man. So just talking about mixed messages and how we deal with stress and how things lead us to depression. We look at the U.S. male population being affected by depression per year, 6 million. 1 in 5 adults experience a mental health problem each year. Serious mental illness costs America $193 billion in lost earnings per year. Over 6 million men suffer from depression per year. Male depression often goes undiagnosed. Men are more likely to report fatigue, irritability, loss of interest in work or hobbies, rather than sharing feelings of sadness or worthlessness. Approximately 19 million American adults ages 18 to 54 have an anxiety disorder. Over 3 million men have a panic disorder, agoraphobia, or any other phobia. One of my best friends has agoraphobia. You know what I'm saying? So I know people like this. Bipolar disorder.
Agoraphobia.
Fear crowds. 2.3 million Americans are affected by bipolar disorder. An equal amount of men and women develop this illness. The age of onset for men is between 16 to 25 years old. That's when we're going through puberty, hormones raging, we're around other men. That's when we need other men to help us be guided into grown men. We can't just be out there learning in the wild from other hyenas. We got to be taught how to be lions by lions. I can't be taught how to be a lion by a hyena. But the lions, they're not fucking sharing it with me because they worried about being king of the pride. All right. Psychosis and schizophrenia. Approximately 3.5 million people in the United States are diagnosed with schizophrenia, and it is one of the leading causes of the disability. 90% of people who are diagnosed with schizophrenia by age 30 are men. So 90% of people diagnosed with schizophrenia by age 30 are men. We know people with schizophrenia. We see them walking around the street all day. We call them names. We see them pushing shopping carts. Eating disorders. I know people in the military with eating disorders. Males account for an estimated 10% of patients with anorexia or bulimia, and an estimated 35% of those with binge eating disorders. And that's just reported. Men with eating disorders are less likely to seek professional help than women. Why is that? Because if you go to seek help, what will they call you?
It's a stigma.
Oh.
They will call you gay, nigga. That's why. If you go to seek help for mental health, they will call you gay. When I was coming up, if you went to go see a psychiatrist, if you had any kind of feelings other than suck it up, they called you gay. I'm pretty sure I called niggas gay for going to seek mental help. All right. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I probably said it because that's how I was conditioned. That shit was wrong. All right. The highest cause rates the highest cause suicide in the US rates are found in Caucasian men over the age of 85. So old motherfuckers are killing themselves. Male suicides have been on the rise since the year 2000. Suicide is the seventh leading cause of death among males, accounting for 2.2% of all male deaths in 2011. All right, men are more than 4 times as likely to die by suicide as women. We are fucking better at it. All right, Americans die by suicide. Over 3/4 of the suicides were men. So women, step the shit up. We're better than you at killing ourselves. All right. We're just better at everything, God damn it. We're better at living, better at sports, better at dying. All right. Gay and bisexual men are more likely to develop mental health disorders than heterosexual men. Gay males are at risk for increased risk of suicide attempts, especially before the age of 25. Why do you think that is? Because we alienate them, because them niggas is gay and we're not. So because you're gay, you're not like us. So we can't mentor you. We can't give you any guidance because you're queer. You're not like us. That's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Every guy is a guy, gay, straight, bi, trans. Yo, if you want to piss in the sand or the snow, I can teach you how to do it. All right. But I can't have you being taught how to be a man by somebody that's not a man. All right. So that none of that shit, fuck all that. All right. You want to learn how to be a man, you come to a man to fucking learn it. All right. And so women got to be the same way. All right. And the thing is that we're alienating these young gay kids, these young bisexual kids, these young trans kids. What are they doing? They're fucking cutting themselves. They're hurting themselves. They're going on the internet being bullied. They're killing themselves. All right. We've seen it in the military. I've seen people who are LGBT kill themselves in the military because they were bullied in the military and were ostracized for being LGBT. All right. Risk factors, including social isolation, substance abuse, unemployment, military-related trauma, genetic predispositions, all right, and other mood disorders put us at a higher risk for suicide. We are 1 in 5 of us will develop an alcohol dependency during our lives. I'm one of them. All right. Gay and bisexual men, homosexual men are more likely to have higher rates of substance abuse than heterosexual men. Why is that? They ain't got nobody to talk to except the bottle.
That shit.
Or they into the hardcore drugs. You know what I'm saying? So all the hardcore drugs like fucking crystal meth and all that shit, that's what they're doing. All right. Military veterans, male veterans, regardless of their form of service, experience nearly twice the rate of alcohol and drug use as women. Why do you think? Because we have less access to resources. All right. And because if we leave the job to go get help, that means somebody else has to carry our load. And we don't want to be the weak link in the chain because that's how we're fucking conditioned. All right. You're only as strong as your weakest link. And you're the weak link if you go to seek fucking help. That's how I was conditioned. And that was wrong. All right. And so we've had many athletes come out: Brandon Marshall, Terry Bradshaw, Larry Sanders, Keon Doolin, Earl Campbell, fucking Kevin Love. All right. Things that affect depression. All right. You've heard me talk about this. Low levels of testosterone. All right. That is directly correlated with depression, stress, and mood swings, especially among older men. All right. And so, why does that shit? Why do we not seek help? Because we are reluctant to talk. We downplay the symptoms. And because of social norms, we conditioned to not seek help. We're reluctant to talk. Why? Because if you go seek help, what are you?
Gay.
Okay. We downplay the systems because if you get hurt, you get told to what?
Suck it up.
Exactly. All right. And so the thing is that shit was wrong. We see it now. We got fucking veterans committing suicide every goddamn day. We got people shooting up the workplace. We got people exhibiting destructive behaviors. We are not a sentimental age. All right. And that's what I'm talking about. All right. When I'm talking about, a Ja Morant, you're like, how does this fucking relate to this? All right. Ja Morant is conditioned to be Ja Morant. All right. Ja Morant had to learn how to be Ja Morant from his daddy.
Respect.
All right. Ja Morant's daddy taught Ja Morant to be a thug, to be wild, to be disrespectful. All right. So I'm not mad at Ja Morant. I'm mad at your daddy. All right. Because your daddy didn't raise you right. And sometimes you got to tell motherfuckers that your daddy didn't raise you right. So it's not your fault, Ja Morant. You're a great basketball player, but you have not been taught how to fucking respect people. Your daddy didn't raise you right. All right. So T Morant, great job at teaching him how to dribble a basketball, shitty job at teaching him how to be a fucking person. The end.
And communication is key. And don't think for a second because of his age he should know how to communicate, because you have a lot of adults out here between the ages of 30 and 60 years old that do not communicate well. They communicate with their fists, or they shut down and they just don't say nothing at all. And that's not the way to go. You have to learn how to use your words.
You have to learn. First off, you have to learn. You have to learn. You have to teach. You have to share resources. You have to share experiences like you do. You have to have that open communication like Sadira has with her daughter, and it's about getting them to understand why you're doing it. The why. Understand the why. It's like I had this conversation with Bruce, right, about why I smoke weed. He's like, why do you smoke weed? I'm like, I'm not doing it for fashion or because it's cool. I'm in pain all the time. You remember when I said I couldn't move when I was like, I couldn't move, my back hurt?
Yeah.
I was passing kidney stones, dog. I've been passing stones for like 2 fucking years, man. Like ever since I got out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all fucked up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fucking survived a mass shooting, bro. I had to manage the personalities of everybody else dealing with this tragedy, being directly involved with it. I talked to the kid 2 hours prior to. I was at the gun shoot with him, getting requalified to shoot the service weapon that he used to fucking kill 3 people, right? The day before, myself, the XO, and the weapons officer went to the commanding officer and demanded to get this kid removed from watchstanding because he had all these red flags. They said no. You know what I'm saying? And then I just so happened to go to lunch when this motherfucker just so happened to shoot the path that we all fucking walked to going to our goddamn 12 o'clock meeting, which is when he decided to fucking shoot the bitch up, right? But it's like, yo, all of this destructive ass behavior is a fucking result of people not sharing information. And we see the benefit of sharing information, like your kids. Like, they're not going to be perfect, but they understand why it's important to not get a woman pregnant, right? Fuck it. That's already light years beyond what the hell we got taught. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sadira being able to talk to her daughter about anything is already light years beyond what we grew up. And it's like, yo, that's the kind of conversations, the kind of shit that, I want to spark and I want to see. But I'm like, yo, these solution-based discussions is like, yo, we know what the problem is and we know how we're conditioned. It's like, yo, I know I was fucked up, bro. I was taught to walk up behind a girl and rub my dick on her without asking. You know how weird that sounds?
When you say it out loud.
Now.
Think
Yeah,
about
now that's
think
why I said
about how
now.
fucking wild we were, bro.
Oh, I
Charlemagne the
know.
God used to sniff the chair of women's butts when they got up from the show,
That's
right?
some extra shit.
And that was like a recurring bit. And if you look at where he is now, that seems fucking insane.
Mhm.
But it's like, yo, when I was 18 years old, I would walk up to a girl in a public place and rub my dick on her without asking, just because I paid money to get in and there's music playing. That's why I could rub my dick on her without asking. When you make it as binary as that, it sounds fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But when you say, oh, well, you were just going to the club and that's just what everybody was doing, and you just walked up to her and she could have turned around and said no if she wanted to. When you fucking weave that little good ass story and put that hamburger into it, a nigga will eat that shit.
Yeah, except it makes it acceptable.
But hey, man, just like my man Sam Jackson said, Flip said, hey, man, you can't put syrup on fucking shit and call it pancake, baby.
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's why it's like, yo, and that's why I tell my daughter, like, yo, if you run in the parking lot and get hit by a car, you're gonna die and daddy's gonna be sad. You know what I'm saying?
So don't run.
Yeah, and that's why it's like, yo, I'm trying to just fucking be very black and white with shit to everybody, dog. Like with appreciation and gratitude, like, yo, I want you to fucking know I love you, dog. You gave me the pencil that you press and the lead comes out,
Yeah.
and you just put the other lead back in and shit. That shit was the greatest shit when I was 8 years old, bro. I love you. You know what I'm saying? So forever, you're my best friend, right? And so we're 50 years old now. I want you to know that shit meant a lot to me and it still does, right? And that's why I tell people shit like that, because you don't know what the fuck they're going through. They're probably in that 1 in 5. You know what I'm saying? They're in that fucking group that might be in that LGBT community where they're more at risk. You know what I'm saying? They might be predisposed, you know? And so it's like, fuck, if I'm gonna be that one little fucking biscuit that they get today, I'm gonna put some butter on that bitch then. You know what I'm saying? You know,
a little
bit of honey on that, some apricot, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some with some grapefruit pie on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, when you pull the fucking stats up and you just read them like that, black and white, this is what we're facing. You know what I'm saying?
And I tell people it's okay to say, no, I'm not okay. Because how many times do you ask people, you know, oh, how are you doing? Oh, I'm fine. And that's what you get every day. Yeah. You know damn well that no one is fine every day.
Every day.
You know how fucked up we are? You know how fucked up we were conditioned? And this is not saying men are fucked up. This is saying how fucked up we were conditioned, right? Motherfuckers be lost. Motherfuckers be lost. All right? Motherfuckers be lost. We are conditioned to not admit when we're lost.
True.
We are conditioned to not ask for directions. We are conditioned to keep moving forward and figure the shit out or just die, right? And we literally take that mentality and apply it to our fucking health, dog. We apply it to how we navigate through life. We apply it to how we raise kids. Just like, yo, if we don't know something, just keep fucking doing it.
Yeah, keep going
until we die, right? Even though it's not right, just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Don't try to figure out nothing else. Don't ask for help. And when somebody presents help or gives an alternative, you know, say, hey, are you lost? No,
exactly.
I'm good. And then we argue with you about it.
Yeah.
Like, that's how we're conditioned. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why it's like, yo, we got to admit shit like that, bro. Like, yo, niggas be lost. You know what I'm saying? And so that's no different than I'm depressed. You got to be able to admit shit like that, dog. Like, yo, I'm sad. When someone dies, I get sad, man. You know what I'm saying? A wrestler dies, I get sad. Because that shit Virgil means something to me. He has terminal cancer, bro. I donate every month. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, if that dollar pays for his dialysis, I get to have some meat sauce for another day. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, so I respond to everything, man. But it's like, yo, listen, I don't know what the fuck people are aware of or in tune with or what they're sensitive to, you know. So I just try to be empathetic to that and be like, yo, let me, you know, try to just be aware of shit, man. Cause when you read the stats like that, motherfuckers are lonely and they're suffering and they're dying and they're killing themselves and they're scared to talk to people because we've been conditioned that way. And now we know better and we're reluctant to not only tell ours, but tell and encourage others. And when like our friends aren't doing that shit, it's like, yo, talk to your kid about this shit, bro. Like it's like if I was talking to Gordon, right? And it's like, yo, if you talk to your son about what happens if you get a girl pregnant, right? Not just don't like wear a condom, like, nah, this is what happens, bro. Like tell him, like, yo, you fucking had to sell dope, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that shit fucked you. You know what I mean? And tell him like, and this is how it affected you mentally, and this is how it affected the relationship with you and his mom. Like, yo, open up with that. Or if it's like, yo, I'm talking to my child's mom, right? And it's like, yo, if we're talking to our daughter, talk about us trying to fucking just cobble together some relationship after she got pregnant and how that, you know, fucking fuck things and how your hormones affected how you reacted and how I received you and how it made you affect a certain way and do some shit that I couldn't forgive. You know what I'm saying? And my ego at the time made me not want to forgive you, even though I fucking could have. But I just said, no, fuck it. My ego. I'm entitled to my emotions, which is the same thing you said, right? And so if we don't have that open line of communication and say, yo, we made these mistakes. We fucked up. These are
That's
the fucking
one.
stories. You know what I'm
That's one
saying?
conversation I'm trying to figure out how to have with Faith.
It's like we, you know, we because and that's what the
What was
fucking
that?
cognac story is, man. It's like we can sit back here and I can smoke my weed, I can sip my drink, and I can look back at all my experience because I came through it. You know what I'm saying? But yo, Hove went through that, so hopefully you don't got to go through that, right? And so it's like, yo, I don't want my nephews to have to learn those lessons, and I don't want them to have to find out from a TV special. I want that motherfucker to hear from the horse's mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like I went and I fucking did this dumb shit. You know, I was a teen statistic. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm like, yo, here, like, yo, when I got in the Navy, I went to the red light districts. You know what I'm saying? I went out there to like dumb shit. You know, I went back to Doc and got that fucking pill and that shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that shit, bro. Like that shit will fuck you. Like I was lucky, but I got friends that got bumps from their dick to this day. You know what I'm saying? I know motherfuckers that
Jesus.
can't have. I know people that made their wives infertile. You know what I'm saying? Because they got HPV or some wild shit, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, you don't want to get
that.
some shit you bro. You know what I mean?
Motherfuckers was being stuck in Korea.
But it's like that's why you tell motherfuckers don't cheat because you will give your wife something. That's it. Not because it's the right thing to do. It's because you will give your wife an STD and you will break her heart and she will probably commit suicide over that shit. I've seen it happen more than once. So that's why I tell people don't cheat. I don't tell them, you know, I don't tell them like don't have hoes. Don't cheat on your wife. You know what I'm saying? Don't cheat on your wife. You can have multiple girls, just do it outright. You know what I mean? Let everybody know so they can strap up, bro.
Sadira?
Huh?
What did you say?
Nothing. I was just saying that's a conversation I'm trying to figure out how to have with Faith, like the truth behind
I'm having
why
that
me and her
conversation
father aren't together.
with Teba right now. I tell Teba all the time,
But
listen,
it's a little harder because she looks up to her dad
you don't
so
have to
much.
say anything negative.
I
Right.
don't, and I haven't. But the truth is what it is. So do I lie?
Well,
Or
the truth is the entire story. And unless you are going to tell the entire story and all the decision making, then the truth shouldn't matter, right? So it's not no need to be sugarcoated because every shit happens. It's like let's if we used our parents, right? And we didn't talk about a domestic violence issue that happened between them. That's the truth. That shit drove a wedge in a split between them. That shit made me want to kill Bruce. I told him that. I wanted to murder him. You know what I'm saying? Even to this day, I still get upset. However, that motherfucker was young
Mm-hmm.
and that motherfucker was drinking. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know who raised him. You know what I'm saying? I know who raised him, but I don't know if he was taught how to handle his liquor around women.
Mm-hmm.
I know the norm back then was that it was okay to smack a woman. So if I'm looking, so 7-year-old me, 8-year-old me, however old I was, I'm looking at you like you're the bad guy. And I'm looking like I gotta get bigger. I gotta get bigger so I can beat you up, so I can kill you on some like reverse Stewie Griffin shit. That was the motivation. That's like some shit I talked to my therapist about. You know what I'm saying? It's you, Bruce. I wanted to murder you. But not just you, everybody, every bully. I wanted to kill you all. You know what I'm saying? Not really, but I just want to fuck y'all motherfuckers up. That's what I always fought. But it's like, nah, it's like, so if you just break the shit down like that, bro, the simple shit, you know what I'm saying? The bare fucking bones, the nuts and bolts, like, yo, this is the story that happened. We were young as fuck. You know what I'm saying? We had no business getting married. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll use my own shit, bro. Nobody should be getting married young as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And they make like the courses, all the classes, because if you go through the classes, that shit will point out that you shouldn't get married. That's why they make you go through the classes. Like when you go to church and they say, yo, go through the church courses. Oh, they point out all the flaws in your shit, dog. If you go to counseling before marriage and you talk about finances, yo, bro, you ain't getting married at that
Y'all
point.
not ready.
No, but you're young and you rebel. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that mommy and daddy don't tell you what the fuck really goes on. If mommy and daddy would explain why they had a fight, how alcohol makes you a different person, and this is why you shouldn't drink, because it will make you hurt somebody you love.
Right.
You break it down like that, never going to drink.
I didn't tell Nas until the day after his 18th birthday.
You told him about alcohol?
About the story between me and his father and why we weren't together.
Got you.
So I waited because the story, it was bad. It was bad. It was like attempted murder type of deal. So on my part, but
I wasn't gonna say
okay.
nothing. Yeah, this ain't Fox
so
News. Goddamn.
I just waited
DJ Black.
I waited until the day after his 18th birthday to, spell it all out, because I felt that at that age, he could understand a little better about relationships and how they work. Because he was already sexually active at that point. He was already had a couple of girlfriends, so you understand the concept of relationships and how they work.
And you're already walking them into that conversation by having the birds and the bees conversation early on.
Yes.
Early on.
Yes. So I just waited because he did ask. And I waited until the day after his 18th birthday to tell him.
And so maybe you can do it like
but...
that, like Game of Thrones, Sadira. So you can walk her through all just the parts of just life in general. And then when she turns 18, be like, the red wedding.
There's a lot of static.
No, all you gotta do is just tell her the story up until that New Year's party that we all went to, because that was like the best shit ever, dog. So if you just end the story there, it's great.
Yeah, everything is age appropriate. Everything is age appropriate. I can say that
just do
because
that.
every year I gave my guys new responsibilities every year. So because every year you want them to grow mentally or whatever, to understand a little more about what's up and coming for their age. So you'll grow into the story and she'll grow to understand.
Yeah, because my whole thing is that I don't want my daughter to be me, right? And I don't want my daughter to be her mom, right? because
Oh.
because me, right? I'm fucking worst case scenario. I'm super black and white. I'm computer man, Mr. Roboto. I'm like, yo, Skynet, right? So I'm looking at everything worst case scenario. So in my head, I'm like, yo, the world's going to end, right? Her mom is the same exact way, right? And so for me, it's like, I just got to tell you everything, give you all the knowledge. So I wouldn't want her to create the worst case scenario about why her mom and I aren't together. So it's like, nah, let me just walk you through everything, tell you everything. But and that's why I do stuff with her mom, and I talk to her about her mom, and I always compliment her about her mom, or I compliment her mom to her. If that I compliment her, I compliment her mom to my daughter, right? So I'll say good things about her mom in front of my daughter or to my daughter. I make sure I'm nice to my daughter. I'm very mindful about how I treat her and how I do things, how to refer to her, and how I tell my daughter to treat her and respect her, things like that. Because I need her to know that, hey, just because we aren't together doesn't mean we aren't together, you know, because the way I grew up, I saw our parents do that, but that wasn't the norm. Like if people weren't together, then they were had put each other's throats. And I saw how that affected the kids, right? But I saw how, you know, how your dad interacted with mommy and dad, and how everybody interacted. And then the folks that, like, even though like the parents weren't together, the dad was still in the life, mom and dad still respectful, everything's still good. I'm like, well, oh, you can still make that shit work, kids still come out cool. Let me just keep this shit cool, right? And now everything's great. And so the main thing now is like, I'm not gonna tell my daughter like, yo, we got a big ass fucking fight in Hawaii about some dumb shit. Nah, it's just we couldn't get along. She understands that. You know what I'm saying? And so if you just make it black and white like that, we just couldn't get along, you know, and we loved each other and we tried really hard, but we just couldn't get along. And it was better to raise you in a healthy relationship apart than raise you in a toxic relationship together.
I respect.
Absolutely.
She can understand that.
Absolutely.
And that's about
And it's funny too, because kids, they're smarter than you think. The older they get and the more that they're around, the more they're around both of you, they'll start piecing some stuff together and they'll see, oh, that's why y'all not
like
together.
you know daddy don't share his damn toys.
Listen, because you know, as
always
they
on the
spend that
goddamn
one-on-one
Nintendo Switch.
yeah, when they spend that one-on-one time with the both of you, they already see the differences in their parents.
Like
and they love you
like
for the difference.
You've been around daddy when he farts.
You
would you want to stay around that all the time? No, that's why mommy left. When you just say some shit like that, the kids are understanding. And so and it's stuff like that, right? And it's you know, that's the kind of shit that I do with like really, really complex problems at work with like equal employment and civil rights laws. Break it down to simple shit like that, right? And that's what it's like, yo. If we can just break down these conversations, like, yo, mommy and daddy just couldn't get along. We just couldn't.
And you definitely don't want to string them along because mixed messages are the worst.
Yeah, and it's like don't we love each other. We love each other so much that we know we work better separately. And that's the best way to raise you. And because it's like, bro, it's like that's got to be hard, because you always got that hanging over your head. It's the scarlet letter, and it's like you don't want to. First off, you don't have to, but you have to. But you don't got to go into details. But if you want to make it black and white, just say, yo, we fucking couldn't get along. And we tried. But you know how shit goes. When you don't get along with somebody, it ain't going to work.
Yeah.
You know
your mama crazy. That's what I tell my kids.
I mean, shit, just like, you know. I'd be like, yo, did you want to grow up with an absentee father or an abusive one?
The illusion of choice.
I'm telling you, for real.
Yo,
what Torian asked? Oh, what you asked Derek before? Like, raise your hand if you help.
Yeah. But nah, man, and that's the thing, and that's like the mixed messages, man. That, you know, we send, you know, to the generations, we send to each other, you know, and it's like, yo, bro, I know it's wrong. Like, how do I teach a guy how to approach a girl? All right. I may not be able to teach you the right way, but I can teach you the wrong way, because the wrong way is what I did. And what I did was just walk up to a girl in a room full of people and rub my flaccid dick on her. My unwashed flaccid dick.
You did that. Oh my God.
Rubbed it on her.
God.
Didn't even ask her name, dog. You know what I'm saying? Bro,
just
you
feel the
can't
worm.
even, bro.
Feel the worm.
My nigga.
Oh,
I don't even know the password to her Wi-Fi, and I'm trying to rub my dick on this girl, dog. You realize how crazy that is?
This guy, whose man is this?
I'm not even in her Facebook top 8, dog. She has not accepted my friend request. My message, not even. Yo, the text message is on green. The text message is still on green. And I'm rubbing on her with a hard dick in my jeans.
You try. Oh my God, you put it on the back.
That's how we were conditioned, bro. Like, dog, you remember the house parties? Shout out to my man Shaw Dixon. You know, but
like Splat, my name's TJ.
Yeah. Yo. But no, that's and it's like, yo, bro, I may not be the best example of how to be a gentleman. That's what Michael B. Jordan is for. Yeah, he's that guy. He's the example of how to be a gentleman. I'm the example of what not to do, because I'm going to tell you exactly what I did.
You can learn
why
both
it's
sides.
wrong. I'm going to tell you what not to do, why it's wrong, and what I do now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not perfect, because I was a fucking dirtbag then. That motherfucker who had his headshot in class, who y'all call corny, he's the person you should be. You know what I'm saying? Man. Be like Mike. Be like Mike. Sometimes I dream that he is me. You got to see, that's how I dream to be. Like MJB, the dream I move, the dream I groove. Like Mike.
Sadira, these are your brothers.
I could be like Mike.
I know, I'm stuck with him.
So shout out to Michael B. Jordan, man. Because I want to be like Mike. I want my son to be like Mike. I can't be like Mike because I'm way too fucking flawed. I'm irredeemable, bro. But my kids can be like Mike. And so the last thing I want to do, man, is I'm gonna get right into it, man. Man, are you guys familiar with Jay-Z and Jay Electronica?
Yeah, that album.
Great album, right? It came out on my birthday, March 14th, during the pandemic. Came out the same day as the Childish Gambino album, the Untitled album. Another great album that came out on my birthday. So I had a great weekend because it was pandemic weekend where everything shut down. I went out with my boys in Hawaii last big weekend. I drank wine that was like 200 years old. That shit was amazing, bro. I got pictures I can't show, bro. But this song is crazy, bro. Every time I listen to this song, I fucking cry, bro. I'm crying right now. I'm crying just thinking about it, man.
This album multiple times.
I'm gonna play it, and then I'm gonna ask you to make a 2-minute phone call.
Respect. Oh, that's my shit. I like
think. So think. I want you to listen. And think about this phone call you're gonna make. Think about the phone call you're gonna make.
I got numbers in my phone that'll never ring again, cause a lot done sent them home and they'll never. I got numbers on my phone that'll never ring again, cause a lot of call them home. So until we sing again, I got texts in my phone that'll never ping again. I screenshot them so I got them. I don't want this thing to. I got numbers in my phone that'll never ring again. I got numbers in my phone that'll never ring again. cause a lot don't call them home. So until we sing again, I got texts on my phone. They'll never ping again. Subscribe them, so I got them. I don't want this thing to end. I got numbers on my phone, but they'll never ring again. Cause a lot don't call them home, so we never sing again. I got texts on my phone, that'll never ping again. I screenshot them, so I got them. I don't want this thing to sleep well, sleep well. Lately I haven't been sleeping well, sleeping well. Sleep well, sleep well. Lately I haven't been sleeping well, sleeping well. Sleep well, sleep well. Lately I haven't been sleeping well, I've been
I'm just vibing out right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? You know, cause it's so good, right? Cause it's like, man, it's needed. You know what I mean? Gotta finish them scriptures, man.
So right here,
It's needed, man.
I want you to dial that phone. I want you to make that phone call to that loved one, to that number in your phone that'll never ring again. Because we all got numbers in our phone. So make that phone call right now for the next 2 minutes.
The salt that heals my wounds pour out my eyes is like libations. I can't stop my mind from racing. I got numbers on my phone, pictures on my phone. The day my mama died, I scrolled her texts all day long. The physical returns, but the connection still stays strong. Now I understand why you used to cry sometimes we ride down Claiborne. You just missed your mama. Now I just miss my mamas. The clothes we wear to bed at night, the sleep is just pajamas. The flesh we roam this earth and is a blessing, not a promise. I bow with those who bow to the creator and pay homage. Sleep well, lately I haven't been sleep well. I even hit the beach to soak my feet and skip some seashells. Sleep well, the lump inside my throat sometimes is towers like the Eiffel. Sometimes I wonder, do the trees get sad when they see leaves fell? Sleep well, the last time that I kissed you, you felt cold, but you look peaceful. I read our message thread when I get low and need a refill. Sleep well.
sleep well, sleep well. Lately I haven't been sleeping well, sleeping well. I got numbers in my phone that'll never ring again, cause Allah don't call them home. So until we sing again, I got texts on my phone, they'll never ping again. Subscribe them, so I got them. I don't want this thing to end. I got numbers on my phone that'll never ring again, cause Allah don't call them home, so we never sing again. I got texts on my phone that'll never ping again. I screenshot them, so I got them. I don't want this thing to
Yeah, man. Every time I hear that song, man, I got a text on my phone right now. The reason I got fucking like texts and voice notes from like Uncle Al and Grandma and that shit.
There we go, because I was just looking at grandma shit like, God damn.
And that's the shit that get me mad, bro. Like every time one of these motherfuckers say, get a new phone. They're like, yo, get a new phone, get a new phone. I'm like, yo, I don't want a new phone, man. It's my motherfucking phone, man. I got my shit on here.
Yeah.
I can't.
You don't want to let go. You don't want to lose that shit. Well, you all right.
No, it is physically impossible to transfer the shit over because it's tied to a fucking the Apple ID with the fucking Sprint shit. So I can't get it on a new Apple ID, right? So I can't take the shit off the phone. I can't crack the phone to take it off. Trying to get the
You been at that shit for a minute, trying to figure a way out.
I mean, I get it. That's one of my biggest regrets. I don't talk about it a lot because I feel terrible in regards to grandma because she used to call me all the time and I wouldn't pick up the phone. And it was because when I did, it almost seemed like she had like early onset dementia or Alzheimer's or whatever. And she would just like repeat herself all the time. And I'm like, all right, I was young. I don't want to listen to this, Okay, grandma, hey, thanks for calling. Yeah, but I would just like straight up ignore her phone calls sometimes. And then she got sick. And that year, same year Faith was born, was the same year grandma died. And I was home so much that year when I realized she was sick. It was at Tysef's wedding because I had gone home that summer, June, and I'm like, "What's up with grandma? She don't look right." And mommy was trying to be all secretive and stuff. She knew. Oh, grandma's sick.
not
And I
sharing
said, "Well,
information.
right. Well, why didn't you say something?" From June up until October, I was home. However much time the military gave me off, I was home because I felt terrible. And that's my biggest, regret. If I could pick up the phone and call anybody, it would be her.
So yeah, so the problem
And
is, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, but
keep going.
you're upset because you want to keep stuff. I have, and I might have mentioned it before, but um Faith met grandma.
You got
Um
pictures of them.
that's the problem.
But you don't have enough.
Faith met grandma and um even her birthday party. I was so in myself. I was going through my own shit, right? I ain't even
Y'all
want to
do,
be at her
man.
birthday party. Yeah, I wasn't even at her birthday party. I went for a hot second, said hi, I had Faith, and I went to Freddie's mom's for the night because I was like, I didn't want Faith to be out all night. I wasn't really in the headspace to be around all those people. Just, this is not where I want to be right now. So I wasn't even at her birthday the whole night. And then, like I said, you go home, come back, find out she's sick, and you're like, oh shit, like
It's too late.
that's all I got. Yeah, yeah. So I don't even have it. There are pictures somewhere of Faith and grandma when she was in the hospital. I think she was I think she was in Neptune. And we had gone to see her and it's here. This is the only place I got it.
You see it.
I can't show this to Faith. This is your great grandmother. You met her, but she don't know it. And grandma has this biggest smile on her face. And I'm sitting on the edge of the bed and I'm holding Faith up on the edge of the bed, standing up, and Faith is reaching out and grandma's reaching back. And like I said, they both just have this. It's up here, but I don't have it anywhere and I search every single SD card I come across in my house. I don't care if I've looked at it 5 times before. I'm looking at it again because I need this picture.
Yeah.
I don't have it. So I get where TJ's coming from, why he's upset.
And that's the thing. It's like I can't. I've tried. I've paid money. I've paid the smartest people to be able to get these voice notes and other shit that is physically tied to this like encrypted iPhone shit. And because of their encryption, you fucking can't do it. And I keep telling people, I am never getting rid of this phone. I am getting another phone, another iPhone. I will keep this phone until, we get some tech where because I'm not just going to record the shit. I need to, I physically have the file here. So it's tangible. Like when we talk about things being tangible, I need shit. Like this is the memory of, I can look on this and see shit. You know what I'm saying? I can pull up text messages. I have shit from Uncle Paul on here. I have him leaving me the voicemails that you are saying grandma left you. That's when I knew he was sick. You know what I'm saying? I got told he passed away the day before my mass shooting. So imagine the headspace I'm going in. And then a nigga kills everybody. And then I'm a new father. And then Kenzie comes out there. And then we go through our shit and we got to raise a baby. That's what I got to tell my daughter. So I can't tell her all of that shit. I got to tell her we couldn't get along. When she gets older, she can get the Lord of the Rings expanded edition. But while she's young, she's gonna get the Hobbit. Yeah. That's it, you know, and that's the thing.
Absolutely.
And it's like it's these numbers, you know, that I have on the phone, and I say that, and I don't cry like tears of sadness, is happiness, because I think of these people and it's like I want to call them now. I want to call them now and tell them that you were right. Like the only thing grandma wanted from me was for me to get close to the family again, because she hated that I left and I never came back, and I was only close to her, and I only came back to visit her. She was the only person I would come to see, because I had beef with the rest of y'all for no reason at all. It wasn't even y'all. I was just in my shit, like Sadira said, because I would come home and kick it, but it's like, yo, I'm going with the fellas. So it's like I come home and see Sadira and Yanni, and it's like, all right, y'all motherfuckers are still young, so I'm gonna kick it with y'all, pick on y'all boyfriends and shit, and then go do stupid shit with my boys, hang around drug dealers, you know what I'm saying, and carry around guns in the military, stupid shit, right? Because nobody said, yo, hey man,
he was a young Ja Morant.
Yes, I know Ja Morant because I was him. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like, yo, bro, you got everything and it's only going to get worse. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, you're rich as fuck. Just get the fuck out now, bro. And you can play basketball in anybody's backyard and punch them in the face. And you're still rich and you don't lose anything. Yeah. But if you fuck up shit right here now, you fuck up everybody else shit who depends on you for employment.
Respect.
You fuck up all your teammates. You fuck up the concession stand motherfucker shit. You know what I'm saying? You fucking up the trainers. You know what I mean? Your family, they shit gets fucked up. The name, reputation gets fucked up, right? Because somebody didn't raise you right, because they didn't share resources, share information, right? But we're trying to build that fellowship, that fraternity, that family, right? And that's the thing. But, you know, I'm not trying to get all emotional and shit, but I played a song and I think about, you know, Uncle Al and shit, and he was always encouraging me to get back into the music. It's like, yo, bro, you was right, man. Shit worked out. I didn't need to stop rapping, bro. Niggas were still fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like Sadira said, Uncle Al has a CD out there. Bruce has it, of all these beats that he made. I want to get this shit. I had it on my old compact computer. I had that shit for like 15 years. And it got thrown away by my ex-wife during a move. Not her fault at all. 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 Shit was in the wrong pile. But that's the thing. And I had his beats on there. But it's like, yo, Bruce has that CD, a bunch of beats he made. I want to fucking make an album to that CD. It's like, I'm going home to get this fucking CD. But it's like, yo, I take Teba to see Aunt Debbie, Aunt Brenda. Those are grandma's little sisters. They didn't get to experience grandma as a little girl. Teba looks just like grandma. So now they get to, you know what I'm saying, relive through the birth of my seed. You know what I'm saying? They get to have grandma reincarnated as my daughter. All grandma wanted was for me to have a family. I fulfilled my grandmother's wishes, just like I talked about last year. Father's plan. It's all the family's plan. It's all your forefathers' plan. It's all part of the fam. It's all fucking family. All my grandmother wanted was family. So I could bring family back to family. And now my fucking great aunts, my aunts, her great aunts, my daughter does not realize these are her great grandmothers that are playing fucking toys with her, fucking making her lunch, taking her to the aquarium, about to fucking go hang out with them and shit. And they're mentor, like Aunt Debbie's mentoring me in my profession now. My grandmother wanted me to have family, and it brought me back to family, and it's fucking enriching me, making me rich in ways I couldn't imagine. You know what I'm saying? And it's all because I got out of my ego and reached out to my aunt and say, yo, you meant something to me when I was young, and you still mean something to me now, and I miss you. Can I come see you? And she said yes. And that's as fucking basic as it can get. Was, I missed you. Can I come see you? You know what I'm saying? You see how it enriched me and it enriches my family. And now we connect in a part of the family that's been apart for damn near 20 years since her death, essentially. And is being reunited by what she asked me to do for years, which was have a fucking family. You know? But with that being said, man, I'm gonna play one more. And this is one of my favorite songs by somebody that you know who is taking over every fucking thing, not just Afro beats, but the entire goddamn world. He is Burner Boy. All right. Big time. Super big time. Because those numbers on my phone, I want to call them with news like this. I want to call them and celebrate and tell them all this good shit that they wanted from me has been fulfilled. Because it took 40 years for me to listen. So now we got to get the young cats to listen a little sooner by telling them earlier.
I put my life into my job and I know I'm in trouble. She manipulate my love. I know holy and I know that get both. Like the Baba Frayo, my ayo, don't cry yo. I need to go and shayo. 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 Shayo.
All right, man, ladies and gentlemen, that is Cognac Stories. Fuck being woke. You should have never been asleep. Peace.